What is up, Bulldog Nation? Thanks for checking in again with us this week. Episode 72, Season 2, Episode 31.
Refrigerator Perry.
Oh, it is. Look at you, 72. Wasn't Ed Too Tall Jones number 72? Played for the Cowboys?
Was he 72? Yeah, I think he might have 72.
Yeah, there's a lot of football players.
Yeah, there's a lot of linemen, defensive linemen.
So the refrigerator. I like it. You are
Micah Harris.
I'm Matt Tanner. Thanks for joining us again. We'll get rolling here. Shout out to our partners that we have. Mercy Phoenix, MERCI, and Mr. Jody Cheney. They are your healthcare solution partners. They can provide nurses, EMTs, EMS, LPNs, all the alphabet of
medical field
folks that they can help you with that, or they can also help you employ you, which I saw again actually today. They're hiring some folks. They needed 4 or 5, and it was a Facebook post. I shared it for Mercy Phoenix. It's Mercy, MERCI, Phoenix, and it's spelled like the city, PHOENIX. And you can reach them on their website at mercyphoenix.com or reach out and send them a message through their Facebook page, and they will get back to you. But we are proud to partner with them, and we're glad that they are part of who we are and what we do. And our next partner is Green Grass Guys, Mr. D. Bizzell and Mr. David Bizzell. And you will get the opportunity to hear Mr. D
talk about his favorite thing, one of his favorite things, I guess.
What's that?
Growing grass.
Oh yeah, absolutely. We've got some funny stories, some stories of how he got started in this business, his city council,
all kinds of
JCs, the hospital board, just an absolute all around, just an outstanding person from an outstanding family who are icons of our town. They are a huge supporter of our school, of our city, the JCs, the hospital, and fortunately for you and me, Micah, they support us. They do. Yeah. Not just in, we'll pay you something, but they are supporters of us, and they help promote us, but not just of the doghouse, but of what we do.
Right.
Of rising tide lifting all boats.
Yep.
And
you'll find out when you listen today how community oriented really this means to them. I mean, like you could tell it's there. You'll see as you listen to him today that he is very well a Sikestonian.
100%. Come and it comes from way back. Again, it's just it's been. Let's see. He's been trained in that. He's learned that. He's grown up with that, and it's certainly a part of who he is, and who he wants his family to be.
His family to be too. Matter of fact, he talked about choosing to come back here.
That is correct. That is correct. He had other opportunities. He and his wife had opportunities elsewhere, and they wanted to come back here. And our town is better because they're here.
Right.
There's no question. But again, Green Grass Guys, turf management, and now what he called it, exterior pest or something like that.
Talking about like ants and mosquitoes and stuff. Exterior.
Yeah. And you have to have licensing and pest control. Yeah, you have to have licensing.
He'll explain that better than we can.
Yeah.
But yes, if you have exterior, they're licensed to do that, and they're able to do that.
That's correct. And we're proud to be partners with them, and you can reach them on their Facebook page, or there's a number. You'll hear actually an ad a little bit later in our podcast that we have for them, and please reach out to them. They are the absolute best. They will get your yard, as they say, looking right, and it's economical too. It should, they'll have it to where it can fit your budget. Give our shout outs to Luke for our cool graphics. He got all of our stuff done you see on the TV behind us. We appreciate him doing that each week. Shout out to Aaron, my wife, for putting up with us and allowing us to get this done. Shout out to Justin, my brother, and Micah's brother-in-law.
And the general nuisance.
He's our general nuisance and our general counsel. Shout out to him. Tucker Cheney, son to the aforementioned Mr. Jody Cheney of Mercy Phoenix. Thanks for him giving a lot of help on our video editing, and it's growing and it's getting better each time, and I'm very thankful that he was willing to do that. Shout out to Derek James, Brian James for all their help and their stats and their history of all things Bulldogs and Bulldog basketball and Southeast Missouri sports as well. And certainly last but not least, Mr. Tyler Anderson, Twisted Arrow Woodworking, for a cool sign on the wall. Appreciate that. How about your shout outs?
Oh, my wife. I appreciate her so much letting me come and be here tonight.
Yep.
And enjoy doing this. So she's
Absolutely.
always support.
Absolutely. Yep. Appreciate that, sis. Please like, follow, share the Doghouse on Facebook, TikTok, Instagram, and YouTube. And we would be very much appreciated if you would do that. But it helps us so much to help continue getting this content put out there and for other people to hear it. And we're reaching people outside of here. We got some upcoming guests from neighboring communities that I think you're really going to enjoy. That, as in a funny way, have some ties back to Sikeston. Yeah, it's really cool how that stuff will play out. You can catch our podcast and all the episodes on Apple, Spotify, Instagram, Amazon, iHeartRadio, and a whole list of others. And you can catch them on our website at thedoghouse.buzzsprout.com. There's an embedded player on there, and you can listen to the past episodes. And again, we have 2 separate Apple streams. Again, it's a long story, but one of the Apple streams goes all the way back actually to episode 1. The other one starts at episode 15 with Coach Hollifield when Micah started. So there are 2 out there. You can go all the way back to the first one, and we appreciate you listening to the ones that you missed. Please go back and check them out. And if you need to reach us, you can reach us at doghouse.sikeston@gmail.com. You can send us an email there. Reach out to Micah or me if you've got any suggestions, somebody you think we need to get on here. We're always up for that. If you're interested in partnering with us, reach out to us, let us know. And if you're wanting some swag, give us a shout too. But as we talked about in the podcast coming up that you don't know that we've already recorded, I mentioned that I was going to talk a little bit about Bulldog basketball. Today, the Bulldogs traveled to Dexter and played in Rib City. They played Leopold, Rector, Arkansas, and Mayfield, Kentucky. And interesting tie back to Sikeston. I need to get him on here. It just made me think of that.
Well,
Mr. Jimmy Lincoln.
okay.
Jimmy is the... I'm writing this down so I don't forget. He is the head coach at Leopold. But Jimmy he graduated from Sikeston.
Right.
In 83, I think. 82, 83, 84. But I think it's 83. Coached at Richland for a while. Coached high school, obviously. Coached some up toward Lake of the Ozarks. But he's also been a college coach with Corey Gibson, like at Austin P. Yep, and maybe a couple other spots.
Well, he was assistant at Charleston for a while.
He was assistant at Charleston. That's correct. So, guy's got terrific basketball knowledge. I saw Jimmy today. I see him. We stay in touch. We don't text every day, but I see him enough to talk to him, and we talked for a little while today, and it didn't even occur to me. But I need to throw him on the list. He's got just some really great stories. Again, he's been all around the United States coaching basketball, and
he loves the basketball.
Do what?
He loves basketball.
It's obvious. Yeah, loves basketball. It's his passion. Got a lot of cool friends that he might talk about on here. I know he's friends with some professional athletes and things like that. So he'd be somebody to have on here. But the Bulldogs beat Leopold, beat Rector, Arkansas 10, 12, 15, something like that. And then the third game, when you and I mentioned this off the air, I was like, you go, oh, man, that third game. And I'm like, yeah. Mayfield's really good. And it was like 9 or 10 points. Mayfield won. Was their second game. Bulldogs third game. Wish we would have seen them second game. I mean, it's summer again. Go back to Puxico.
If I looked at the schedule, they were all almost. They were pretty close. They
were, and actually that one ended up being even sooner because there was a game that got canceled for whatever reason, and so the court was open. So they were both open, so went ahead and played. Mm-hmm. And so that was just their second game, but that was the third game. It was almost back to back. I mean, they were really close.
I was just looking at the schedule because it looked like they started on one court and then moved to another court.
That's correct.
And they were like real close.
Yeah.
I mean, within like probably playing 3 games in less than a 3-hour period.
Oh yeah, they played them quick.
I mean, they don't play full.
Right. 15-minute halves, running clock, kind of all that stuff. So but you still get to that third game and they're tired. Not making excuses. It's summer. Again, we've talked about Puxico.
Talked about it last year.
None of that matters. It's okay. We're getting kids. You're putting them in.
Well, you're teaching. You're
learning or coaching or teaching. They're learning how to deal with some fatigue.
Coaches are learning the players too. I mean,
correct. And again, we've talked about this earlier. We got 3 guys coming back, and actually, Sean didn't play the other night. He twisted his ankle, and he's walking around and doing it. But
there ain't no sense in putting.
There's no reason to push it. It's summer, and of course, he's wanting to help and wanting his team to win, of course. Mm-hmm. But there's no reason to push it. They play next Tuesday down in Dyersburg. It'll be just fine. Mm-hmm. He'll be ready for that.
I mean, a couple of years ago, remember, didn't PJ had some kind of injury during the summer, and he kind of pushed through it, and it lingered most of his junior year.
Right. It's just not necessary. Just let it heal, and Sean understands that. Of course, he wanted to play, but he understands, and that's the right call. Yeah. No, let it heal fully. He'll be back next Tuesday. They got 2 now down at Dyersburg. They'll play 2 like full games. Yeah. Officials, clock stopping, shooting free throws, counting fouls, all that stuff. Yeah. So they'll get plenty of basketball.
I know basketball's going. I've seen look like pretty good numbers at wrestling.
Yes. I talked to a couple of the kids today that play football too, Lane Meyer and Adam Green, and I said, "How's workouts?" They said, "We lift in the mornings at 6 or 7."
I think they do like lift, and then they do some
skill work, and yep. And he said next week is that Dexter
camp mm-hmm. where they do the big man camp and all.
Yep. And Adam said that's my favorite camp. So that's coming up. Even though it's quote unquote off season, it's busy season.
Right.
Our kids are playing baseball, kind of all that stuff together.
Right.
And so it was. It's certainly not quote unquote off season. This is get better season. That's exactly right, Micah. That's exactly right. Now is the time that you improve. Yeah. That's exactly right. And you can see it in a lot of the kids. They're working hard. Even though they play Rib City, coach will still have them. They still do some workouts and stuff. You get like 20 days a year. I'm sorry, during the summer.
I mean, and I know baseball and like basketball, especially these kids. This is a busy time of year for them because a lot of them play not only with the school, but they play AAU ball all weekend. Right. I mean, like
typically June. The AAU dies down a little bit because that's kind of the high school deal.
Kind of builds up in May and then kind of dies.
And then ramps up in July and August. Yeah. Yes, exactly. They have that Peachtree Classic down.
I think Peachtree's in July.
Right.
Peach Jam.
I'm sorry, Peach Jam. That's right. Peach Jam.
Now that's the EYBL though.
Yeah. But that's AAU is kind of a generic kind of term for that.
Right. Well, there are different leagues in AAU.
That's right. That's right. But that all ramps up and then kind of finishes in August too. So
and in baseball, it's summertime. I mean, you got travel ball, you got all this stuff.
Kids playing for the Squirrels, they're playing for the Bulls and
GSR or whatever
I
can't remember what all the names are.
Yeah, I don't know. It was totally different than when we played. So, Well, with that being said, guys, just stick right with us. We got a really, really good guest coming up. You're really going to enjoy this, even though you might know D. There's going to be some things in there that you don't know that you'll see his passion, and he is
maybe learn a little bit something that he likes that we didn't know. We definitely didn't know he liked.
Absolutely, I would have. He could have knocked me off the couch with a feather. when he told me that. So stay with us, please, and we'll be right back after a quick break. Hey, thanks for sticking with us through the break. We're going to now move on to the, I'll say second half, the better half of the podcast, right, Micah? Most people get tired of hearing us.
Us rambling.
Us rambling.
Yeah.
But we'll in our first part we'll
we'll talk a little bit about the same things in the first part, right?
exactly.
Today?
We'll have a little basketball to get to. Went and watched the little Sikeston hoops.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. So a little report on that. So anyway, so you're hearing this and you probably already listened to the first half, but that's because we're recording them the second half, then the first half. But that's okay.
Yeah.
No biggie. Let's get to our guest. This week in the Doghouse, we're joined by one of Sikeston's biggest community supporters and one of our founding partners, Mr. D. Bizzell of Green Grass Guys. D is a third-generation business owner who's built a reputation across the region for transforming athletic fields, commercial properties, and other outdoor spaces. If you've watched a game on one of Sikeston's beautiful athletic fields lately, there's a good chance D and his team had something to do with it. We'll talk about growing up in a family business, the challenges of entrepreneurship, the science behind maintaining elite athletic fields, and what led him recently to run for and win a seat on Sikeston City Council. From grass and sports to business and public service, D's story is all about investing in the community he calls home. D,
Welcome to the Doghouse.
welcome to the Doghouse.
Thank you, guys.
Absolutely.
I think I told you earlier, you have found the bottom of the barrel. Y'all's podcast, you got no more names. No more names in the barrel.
It's like
I'm
those
here.
commercials when you see it, it said, you now have completed the internet.
You guys, you start looking at the list. What number is this? What episode?
72.
So you start looking at 72. Oh, so I was 72nd chairman of the JC Boot Hill Rodeo.
No way.
It's episode 72. That's pretty
Really?
cool.
That's awesome.
Yeah. So, but you start looking at who came before me. All the Hollifields. Some of them twice.
Will was twice.
Obviously, my cousin Blake came on. You got Jake Pryor. You got all these guys. And then you got the guy who deals with the grass.
No, man, it's a big deal.
Without you, they can't play the game.
Oh,
exactly.
man.
Even before, and maybe we'll set the record straight. Even before you were a partner with us, I was
Oh, yes.
I was always talking about.
Well,
I
think that's what made me.
field.
That honestly is what made me
I'm like, look,
want to
well,
become a partner because
It
you
wasn't-
started talking about it, and you and I, you started really
We've been
asking me
friends for a
questions.
long time,
We have
yeah.
been,
Yeah.
and you started asking me questions. You started seeing me doing certain things, and
Yeah.
then all of a sudden on the podcast, the first few episodes, you're blasting. I'm like, I'm gonna call Matt, see if I can sponsor this thing, and Matt goes, "Well, we haven't really thought about that yet."
No, we
And I was
didn't.
like, I literally was like, "How much do you want?"
Yeah.
Because you're doing a great job promoting my business, and here we are.
It wasn't because
No, I think-
I had this grand plan and I'm going to get D as a sponsor. It had absolutely nothing
Well,
to
you
do
did
with
it.
Well, every time I pull up to the house, I'm like, man, this grass gets looking better and better
Yep.
every day.
Well,
Man, it does look good.
and my neighbor, he's like, man, I'm tired of your grass looking better than mine. I'm like, I've told you, call D.
471-5674.
There we go. It's on our podcast every week. Got his number. Absolutely. Give him a call. He's the guy that can fix you up. So tell us a little bit about D. I know a lot about you. Tell us your third generation,
I
kind
am.
of all go through all that stuff.
Born and raised here in Sikeston.
Yep.
Just like everybody else, like us, we love this town.
Yep.
Everybody in our family very invested, from businesses to education to athletics in this town, from little league up. We've always followed that train of, if you invest back into the community will invest back into you, and
Correct.
and it always has for me. Getting back on track, born and raised, graduated in 2008 from Sikeston.
Yep.
Had a lot of fun athletic years there. Growing up watching, more or less, not as much participation on my side. I was telling Matt earlier, I am the most athletic Bizzell in the family, born in November.
Are you the only one?
Yes. Yes.
Because Blake was born in August.
Yeah.
JR was, when's he born?
Blake was I think July.
This is August, isn't it?
August, yeah.
Yeah.
Jenny was July.
Okay.
Blake was August. JR was September. Then they took a breather because that was too much. They took a month off, I guess, and then I came along. But yeah, I had a lot of awesome athletes in my family that I got to travel the world with and watch.
Yeah.
My path, and I'll get to that. My path kind of went a different route. I never knew I wanted to do. Mm-hmm. Still to the day, I'm a kid. I don't know what I want to do in life.
When I grow up,
I'll figure it out.
Right.
But, I graduated from Sikeston, moved to Springfield, Missouri, went to Drury University.
Oh, I didn't. I thought you went to Southwest, Missouri State.
Dad didn't get a college education.
Yeah. My parents
just
did
came
not
out.
either.
My dad just came out as just a hustler.
Went to work. Yeah.
Went to work.
Probably
And
worked with your grandpa.
he did. My grandpa worked 3 jobs.
I did not know that.
He was a postman.
No, I didn't.
Yeah,
Was that before
that
Bizzell?
that
nursery?
during. So my
See.
grandpa was
I
a
didn't know that.
postman.
I didn't know that.
He delivered flowers for the flower patch, and then before or during the night hours, he trimmed bushes, and that's where that started.
Oh my gosh!
Right then, him and Dad took off with the mowing. Dad really took off on that side in the nursery, and my grandpa just loved it. Just loved every bit of it.
Very similar to what.
And there's actually a
done.
photo somewhere I gotta find of all 3 of us together.
Oh yeah.
And I think Dad actually has it. It's a really neat photo. So I went to Drury. I got an environmental studies degree.
Okay.
Found a young lady who is now my wife.
And yes, he's like the rest of it. Of us. He outkicked his coverage.
I did, and we got 2 beautiful little girls.
Yes.
That we're raising here in Sikeston. But I met her my senior year.
Oh, okay.
Where's
she from?
She's from the Springfield area.
Oh, okay.
So
Okay.
we got a lot of good home cooked meals when I met her, because we'd go see her parents all the time.
Right.
But and it's funny. I was in a fraternity, and one of the things was you had to do something during orientation for the fraternity to try to recruit more members. Mm-hmm. So I was an orientation leader. Well, come to find out, Sheila was selected to be in my orientation group. So I was my wife's orientation leader. Oh. And everyone's like, oh, there's Dee scoping out. And I was like, well, I found my wife being orientation leader, so it worked out.
Right.
But yeah, so in senior year, I still obviously didn't know what I wanted to do. I had a degree, a few minors, just still to this day, still don't know what, but I stayed and I got a master's in integrated marketing with her in the marketing department.
I did not know that.
Yeah. And so we moved back here in May of 14, and, we had some opportunities. We weighed everything out. And at the moment I was like, man, we can go back to my hometown. We can pack all of our stuff up here, and we know that's going to be great. There's going to be something there for us. Mm-hmm. And at that time, I didn't know if I was going to stay working for my dad at the time. I know that it provided great, because it provided us shelter. It provided education. I mean, to this day, my dad will tell us that my dad's greatest investment he's ever made was in my brother and I's education.
Sure.
And this business did it. Mm-hmm. So Dad started losing his eyesight a little bit, still fighting it to today.
Yeah.
And at the time, I looked at myself in the mirror, and then I was talking to Sheila. I was like, I feel like I need to go back. Yep. And we did. There's a little bit more to it. I'm sure Sheila, driving her car, she says she cried all the way here. Like, I'm following a guy to a small hometown Phil place. But when she got here, everybody welcomed her with open arms. Which, there's a story. She, when we first started dating, I called home. I said, hey, Mom, Dad, it's my birthday weekend. I'm November. Best athlete in the family, born in November. I'm bringing Sheila home. They met her at one of Blake's baseball games. And they're like, okay, great. I was like, I want her to meet Grandpa Bizzell, and I want her to, really get to talk to Lynn and Mike and that whole crew that's going to come over, and the Davids on the other side, the Craters and the Dolans. And I was like, but Mom, let's keep it kind of tight knit. Well, Mom, or probably not even Mom, it's probably Dad, Dad tells the office, "Hey, yeah, Dee's bringing a girl home." Oh, okay. Well, who is putting up with Dee? Was the real question. Man, I'm telling you, when we showed up, it was like showing up to Thanksgiving dinner. There was probably 90 people there just to give her condolences.
Right?
But yeah, so we come back, we move to town, we buy my grandpa's old house. So we, some sentimental things. It's pretty cool.
Yeah.
And then I spent a couple years really studying what my dad's business that he's worked 40 plus years building, where the biggest ins and outs were for us, and the best profit margins, stuff like that. And
take it to the next level.
Try to take it to the next level,
Yeah.
and bring it to really the 21st century. I mean, when I moved back, the first job Sheila had was at the end of the month helping handwrite every invoice.
Oh no!
From people buying plants, one load of mulch to a landscape. I mean, you got to think, in our prime season, then we're putting out 1,000 invoices, and every single one of them was handwritten.
Oh my!
And let me tell you, Ann, who ran my dad's office at the time, God love her, she put up with a lot, and she hated when I say, "Hey Annie, I got an idea."
Oh boy!
Hey Annie, I got an idea. And most of the time, she just pointed and said, just like, "Not right now." And then she'd call me about an hour later, and says, "Okay,
now you can come in.
Let's
and
talk
share
about it."
Yeah.
And you thought I was like the world was ending when I introduced QuickBooks. But then when she found out payroll didn't take a full day and it took 30 seconds,
or invoicing
was automatic, but it was one of those things. I knew one day my dad's generation and our aging staff was going to need there at one point it was going to be me. Mm-hmm. And sadly, during COVID, we lost Ann. And that, and we all lost somebody during COVID, and you don't have full closure with it, and we still probably really don't as a family. But we were sitting there, and within that same 12-hour moment, it goes from trying to mourn to okay, who's taking over the office? Well, that I look left and right, and it's like, well,
looks like that's me.
It's me. I got to do this. I got to do this. I got to do this, and we whipped it into shape very quickly. It kind of took me out of the field, and still today I do less in the field now than I was.
You have to manage the business, so the business doesn't manage you.
Exactly, and you had Sikeston behind you. They knew it was going to take a minute for me to do certain things. They, our crew that helps with the accounting, that they stepped up big and really taught me a few things and took me to school quickly. And, that's just, welcome to Sikeston.
Right.
And here we are today. We're just.
Yeah, but you have, just like your dad did, he took his dad's business and expanded it and grew it. And that's exactly what you've done. And
I got to put it on the record. David Bizzell has not retired. I gotta put that out there. That is I'm like, man, I'm 36. I'm like, I can't wait to retire. And my dad, he's like, I don't want to. I'm never going to. I'm like, that's fine. But you can take a step back. Nope. I don't want people thinking I'm taking a step back. We are full bore ahead. We are full force. And I love that because he motivates us to, he got a new step, because in February we sold my dad's nursery and landscaping.
Yep.
I took over that sector probably 8-ish years ago. Really took a lot of that burden off of him.
Yep.
But you didn't really see it. He still felt every bit of those emotions. And now, we've been going down this new path for the past 6 months, and it's, we're all new people.
Well, how did you get from the lawn care, nursery, all the things, because you had that plus green grass guys. How did you get to to green grass guys, essentially?
Dad and I knew one day that we would quote unquote downsize. Not really downsize, but we would niche down.
Yep.
And I started finding, where what my, and he was really, he was very big about saying, we got to make sure it's what you want to do. We got to make sure it's something that you want in 20 years.
Right. Yeah. He's won't be involved in 20 years.
He probably will.
Well, that's true.
He
Sorry,
probably
David.
will.
You will.
He will. He won't ever leave. He won't. He's there.
Show up every day.
He's there. Ask me that question one more time.
No, how did you get to?
Yeah.
to
So
Greengrass
about
Guys?
7 years ago, I started just quietly putting some words out there about acquiring companies. Actually, it's been longer than that, probably 10. So I have acquired quietly about 6 different spray companies in the last 10 years.
Okay.
And we were running them under the Bizzell umbrella. Mm-hmm. But, we'd bring them into Bizzell's. Well, then all of a sudden, in our industry, word got out, well, this little Dwight Bizzell's buying all these companies, blah, 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 blah. And you're like, oh, no, I hope it's not a bad thing. Well, no, the baby boomers wanted out. Mm-hmm. And they kept approaching. Well, I found a young man who might have been just a little bit out over his skis, and he owned Greengrass Guys.
Oh.
And he was more or less in home pesticide.
Okay.
And they were dabbling. They had a decent clientele in Cape Jackson.
In the turf management.
Turf management side.
Mm-hmm.
And I approached him, and I said, hey, I heard you wanted to talk to me. Let's sign the papers to where I can start looking at your stuff. About 6 months later, I acquired them. And
so the name wasn't even necessarily yours then.
It wasn't.
I mean,
I bought that company for the name.
I did not know that. I thought that was something of your.
I found the guy. They weren't big enough yet, and I felt that name, that logo, it's got some opportunity. It's got some catch. Mm-hmm. And I was like, I'm going to buy this company for its name. Well, then you start looking into the books. You're like, I'm going to buy this company for this name. Mm-hmm. It's worth it. Mm-hmm. And it's got a strong customer base. And now we're kind of starting to make that transition. In probably 2027, we will have a stronger transition into everybody that's under my umbrella going to Greengrass Guys.
Oh, so you still operate some that are not called Greengrass
So we're
Guys.
trying. So Greengrass Guys is in the moment right now acquiring Bizzell Lawn Care.
I see.
And so it's kind of like whenever you were, back whenever cable was a deal.
Yeah.
And you had one cable company buying another,
Yeah.
and all of a sudden one logo is getting a little bit bigger than the other one on
Right.
the invoice, and all of a sudden that one disappears. It's kind of what's happening now for us.
I gotcha. Okay.
So, but Dad had the landscaping, the hardscapes, the nursery, his plant health care, his mowing, and on top of that, he also, this is before I was even involved, had a smaller version of the spraying side, and he had 50 clients when I first came back, and we are substantially bigger than that now.
Right.
How big of an area do you cover right now?
So that's a good question. So I've had athletic fields all the way up to Festus.
What?
Oh yeah.
No.
Out to Popper
You make
Bluff.
Sikeston look good. You make
Well,
them look bad.
I mean,
I'm kidding.
Money talks whenever you're trying to pay off a company.
I know.
I'm kidding. I acquired those in a purchase, and
The customers, so to speak?
and they
Okay.
ran their course, and I handed those over to somebody more up there. That was especially with like this year. We handed them over this year. We kind of felt what was happening in the economy.
Yeah.
And traveling up there, it wasn't going to make it worth it yet. We push a lot, Micah. I bet you majority is Jackson to Popper Bluff down to the border, Arkansas to the Mississippi, to the Mississippi
and that's
River.
a profitable area for you, basically,
yeah.
to get there.
Yep.
Good.
Yep.
Good.
Because you got to think. So we've got about 3 days. We do everything by route density.
Yeah, sure.
The more I can get in the neighborhood, the better it is for us.
Right.
And so, I've got pretty much one full-time person that never leaves the Jackson, North Cape area.
Oh, no kidding.
And then there's 4 of us that spanned the rest of it. So I've got one that lives up there, stays up there. We've got the equipment up, stays north, and works south to us, and we work north to him.
Oh, okay.
And, we kind of all I'll send somebody west, south, east, and stay centralized in Sikeston. And we all come to a certain point, and we just work our way together. Yeah. And it usually takes about a month to finish a round.
And then it's
go time again.
Yeah. Yeah.
And what we typically do is kind of a clock rotation.
Oh.
And it gives everybody an opportunity to see every property that we have.
Oh.
Except for the athletic fields. That's kind of been my baby.
Your baby?
It's kind of my baby. I was Forrest Gumping it for a while. kind of had to have a intervention with myself.
So how many fields do you have here in Sikeston?
Every one of them.
It's like baseball, football, soccer.
And it's kind of like the Lion King. I speak in 5-year-old terms here lately. Yeah. Whatever the sun touches, it's ours. And so that's kind of how we are right now with athletic fields here in town. Okay. We had an opportunity to take them on. The school district decided to go a different direction, and they called me, which I was very fortunate.
We don't. This is not a knock, because I love our school system, obviously, but we don't. I don't know. We have the expertise to do that, and that's we have guys that can maintain the field, but we don't have
a great maintenance staff.
Oh, a million percent.
I'll tell you this. I've got 2 people that I text on a daily basis over there now. Yeah. Still, because we're invested.
Right.
I'm getting paid, but I'm invested. I'm getting paid way less than what I should be there because I'm so invested. I want it.
You want it to look good. Your name's on it.
My name's on it. I want it to be perfect, but not only just for my business, but for the kids, right? Yeah. If they feel like they're playing on something that is perfect or college level, my gosh, the confidence boost we can put into a kid, and building confidence is the number one thing you've got to do. But your maintenance staff that has maintained those fields have been, they just didn't have the knowledge base.
No, that's what I mean. I don't mean I'm not being negative.
They had the tools. They just need to be tuned.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, and I know Sikeston's probably not like this, but I mean, Coach Jamerson talked about at East Spree at the football field. He had to go turn the water on and maintain that football field himself. You know what I mean?
And he's not a.
We're fortunate here. We don't have to do that.
But it's pretty common among schools, though.
But it's also because your coaches are so invested.
Correct.
I would say I think it can be a double-edged sword in some of these situations. I think a lot of it is if the coach didn't do it, someone else is going to do it.
No, of course. But where I was going with that, though, Coach Jamerson is terrific. He's an unbelievable football coach. But turf management, he can turn on a sprinkler. I can do that. I can mow my grass, but I can't get it to look like that.
Well,
and that's what I mean. And that's the part. I can do. You can mow it.
And I will say, from all my different, areas, from commercial, industrial, residential, to just vegetation control, all of those are fairly much the easier side of our business. Mm-hmm. When you start talking athletic fields that are going to have a ton of traffic, and I will say, for some reason here in Sikeston, anything dealing with athletics, there's more traffic here than anywhere else. That's for the baseball, soccer, football, municipalities, the golf course. The amount of traffic that we have, foot traffic, on these things is unbelievable. And for people like me, it's the reason I'm going bald. because I'm trying to keep the grass growing, and we got so much traffic, which is a good thing. It means we're growing.
Yeah, it means
we're making improvements to the community.
Yeah. I didn't know if I could talk about the golf course, but yes, you were.
Yeah, we're very much blessed to have the opportunity to help with that. Kevin,
it's in the best shape I've seen it.
Kevin, John,
it's unbelievable.
Kevin's got a great superintendent, and John's doing a phenomenal job. Yep. But it's just like anything else in our industry, it's hard to find enough staff Times are tough. You know, they're
With
doing
that
huge
experience,
renovations.
yeah.
It's more affordable having us come out.
I
And
think that you have more state of the art equipment that you can't just go buy for a golf course. I mean, like
For the
you
turf
could.
management,
Well,
they have the
they have
the
no,
state of the
I will
art
say
maintenance equipment, but they don't
in
have the
most
turf management.
in most golf courses our size, that would probably be correct. But the investment that has been put into our golf course,
Yeah, it's different now.
is different. Now the spraying side, yes, I've got
That's what I mean. The turf
I've got
management.
I've got the most accurate like spray stuff on our equipment. I mean, our if you see us around town now, you'll see little computers on there. For a turf spraying company, this isn't a big ag tractor.
Right.
Like we've got it's called OptiRate. I mean, it judges if I turn, it's going to put out more or less on the wings.
Wow.
If I speed up, it puts out more, so it's the correct amount.
Wow.
Like now, that's the stuff John has, but our setup and our practices, because John's having to do so many different things.
Right.
You know, he calls us in a pinch, and we're there to help. And which I drove by to check on hole 7 today, and there's John out there on the spray rig. I mean, it's just at this time, that's all you do as a superintendent. You don't get off of it. You're doing growth regulators, fungicides, insecticides. It's just when you live for seasonal purposes, the armpit of the world of. You've got every type of grass here. You're hitting it. You're hitting it with everything.
And it's hot, and you're trying to keep it all alive, or it's starting to get hot.
It
I
is.
should say.
Yeah,
that's it's a lot easier.
But
to
yeah,
make
the athletic fields are definitely. But once you get it right, it feels so good. I mean, I've never had more text and phone calls about the soccer field and the football field, and it just makes you feel good and prideful for your town.
And I don't say this as even, but the junior high baseball field looked unbelievable.
Yeah. Well, and you got somebody who's also dedicated to the city, Eric Chappell.
Yeah.
Hey,
there you go.
Who not only is he good at the administration side, but that dude loves to get his hands dirty. And he's very dedicated to make sure our fields are right. And he gives me the opportunity to come out and educate, come out and do what I like to do. And we're very fortunate in the community to have people like that involved.
That's pretty interesting. Like it's a different science than I can barely get.
Well,
you've got to give us. Go ahead and figure. I got a question for you when you get.
No, go ahead.
We've talked about it on here. You and I've talked about it, but I want the behind the scenes.
So I was actually about to dig in. I saw your look, and I was like, Matt's going to get into this because Matt has seen me more on a football field with the lights on than without.
Let me tell you, and I can tell you the love that D has. Yes, school's paying him. That's of course he's not going. He can't do it for free. He can't buy the sand and the equipment. We have to pay for this.
I didn't get paid to mow last year, but we had a ball. And man, it's fun to mow a football field.
Correct. But D was there after the football games. Everybody's gone, and D's working on the football field. But where I want to go, and Mike and I have talked about it because we talked about it again this time last year. We're like,
man, I was worried about it. Like,
man,
they
D,
were
we
still
gonna be able to.
Oh, guys,
they were still leveling and everything else.
Exactly.
And I was talking to Andy McGill today. We were going over some stuff, and every conversation starts or ends with, "How do our timeline? How do we feel?" And right now, I go, "Buddy, we are way better than we were last year." He goes, "What do you mean? You were fine. You kept saying you were fine." I said, "Oh, I put on it's fake it till you make it." I was like, I knew we were gonna have grass, but when you told me we had to have a jamboree, I was like, buddy, we need 3 more weeks. Which we had the downpour of rain
Of June.
Mm-hmm. June last year was.
Yeah.
I mean, every time we wanted to get, I was literally trying to find someone to break the law and drone spray that thing for me because I couldn't get on it for 3 weeks.
Well, yeah, if you remember, it was mud for
mud,
most of
yeah.
June.
And I will tell you, one of the jewels that I have the privilege of having on my staff and a great friend, Logan, who works for
Hampton.
me.
What a great
works
guy.
for me. Great guy. he looks at me and he is really quick and really good about it of calling me out on some dumb ideas, right? And I look
this
at him.
one of them?
It's about to be. And Dad, I was sitting there. We're in our old shop, and I'm looking at Logan. I'm looking at Dad, and I'm looking at a pallet of material that I need on that field. And I'm like, guys, this thing is a swamp, and I don't know what to do because I can't get. I was trying to get a crop duster. I was trying to do anything. And I'm telling you, whatever I could get, I tried. And they were like, too close to the runway. If it was a mile further, we would probably break the law.
You know, it's funny you said that about the drone. You could have got a drone on the field. You can't? Used to, you could.
At the time, there's more guys without the license to spray with them at the time.
Well, and I say a drone. The only reason I knew that is because I was trying to fly a drone several years ago over the tailgate, and it would go up.
Oh,
and if we would try to go like toward the airport, it was like it was hitting an invisible wall.
You'll have to ask Andy sometime to send you the photos. I every week, about twice a week, I have a special drone that can dictate heat, moisture, nitrogen, growth patterns, stuff like that, weed count, plant count, all of it.
Wow.
And we put it up, and you could watch every week. You might not by the naked eye be able to see the progress, but that's where my confidence came. Is I kept seeing it in this. I'm like, okay.
Because at this time last year, you hadn't even seeded it.
At this time last year, we had the field completely destroyed.
Yeah.
And nothing else.
So let me
not me. The company that the school hired to come in
to level it.
That you know.
No, what happened was let's take everybody back just a minute. May of 2024, we had a tornado, and it did some damage. It damaged the.
There was a lot of physical damage to the irrigation.
Yes.
The wiring, the piping.
Correct.
The field itself.
Yep. Hit the tennis courts. It did
a lot.
All of these things.
And
so that's why this was redone.
At that time, the school's like, if we're going to redo something, let's look at everything we got.
We got insurance money
and
to pay for.
Luckily for them, you know, well, luckily for me, I don't know why I said them. Luckily for me being a hometown guy, they wanted somebody that could pay attention to this field.
Yep.
And I think at that point, they're like, this guy is dumb. This guy's an idiot because we're about to get him made. And I'm like, you know what? I'm in. And you know, we had a good time with it, you know. But back to my dumb idea was, I call one of my reps, Eric O'Hare, who's a genius when it comes to a lot of the stuff that we're doing. That I send him. Him and I talk daily, and I get him on the phone in front of Logan and Dad. I said, "Hey, Eric, I need 4 push spreaders. I don't own one. I need 4 push spreaders, like for fertilizer."
Oh, you mean like
because I couldn't get
a drop spreader?
I couldn't get my.
So you mean go down to Lowe's and buy Scott's?
Well, yeah,
something a little bigger.
I needed something better.
Okay,
I needed some bigger tires, something I needed,
Gotcha.
and he had some in stock. And Dad and Logan look at each other like, whoa, and I'm like, no, my decision. And they're like, well, who's going to push it? And I said, well, I see 2 able bodies there. I see one right here, and I got one of them on the phone. And Eric's like, wait a minute. How?
I didn't sign up for this.
I was like, well, we spent enough with you. You're going to come help us out.
Oh my gosh!
Not like 10 seconds after I get off the phone with him, Logan calls him up and says, we need to cancel that order. And he hangs up and he's like, listen, D, it's going to be fine. The field's great. I'm not going to have a heart attack push spreading in the mud. Because we're going to, and it would have held us
level.
Yeah, at that time it was.
It was.
So
Okay.
I was needing it to flood. I was needing it, but I needed it to flood for a day or two, and then let me dry it out for 4 days, put something down, and reapply. Well, every time I start to dry it out, we'd get 2-3 inches of rain.
Yeah.
And it happened for 3 straight weeks.
Yep.
But, you know, good thing.
So when did you get it?
It was right after 4th of July, wasn't it?
So it got sprigged. It was the first full week of July. If I can, I'd look at my phone. I got photos of everything because my aunt, I went out of town. I was like, I got to get out of here. And Aunt Lynn would go and check the irrigation box for me, make sure it was locked and shut off and unplugged.
Yeah, you don't need any water on it right now.
Make sure the main was off. But she would go when I did have the water on, and if I was out of town, she would go make sure everything, and like, you know, people were invested in it. But it was about that time, and we had to put some hyper focus on it, and we had to change our game plan on the science, and it benefited us. It really did. I felt like, you know, we did have some, by the mid-season, I could tell, you know, when you guys see it, it's beautiful. When I see it, I see problems.
Yeah.
It's just nature of the beast. And we're still battling something on the field. I'm not going to say it because then you guys will see it and then you'll call me out on air. But, you know, come new construction comes compaction. And so we're battling. Year 2 is a compaction deal, and that's what you saw us working it. We were aerating it. We were top dressing it.
Out there.
We pulled 4-inch cores out.
Yeah.
I usually don't do cores. I usually solid tine
Do
it.
the tine and nothing.
But I needed to literally really release some pressure. And that filled. You could just like it's like taking a deep breath, right?
You could see it.
That filled has rebounded so quick because it has the opportunity to stretch.
Yeah, get the oxygen down to the roots.
Yep, let the water go straight down to the roots. It just releases so much, and you know we were able to top dress it, which for the next few years it'll be getting top dressed. Not so much now as much as we did last year and this year, because you know we're just trying to get the imperfections out.
Yeah,
and now that this year we were really able to concentrate on some of those imperfections, that next year in the years, you know, following, it'll just be more of a maintenance type deal. Once we really see something, we can pile it on.
I was kind of going to ask that question, like how long before you would have to maybe redo that whole field like you did?
You know, I can't remember. I think when that company came in and bulldozed the field, I think, you know, they dropped this ripper tine in, and I think they pulled up 3 different irrigation systems.
What?
They just kept piling them in, which just showed me that field probably hasn't been recrowned in some time. I don't want to speak out of turn.
Yeah.
It might have been done in the last 20 years. Maybe some minor recrowning, but it hadn't been fully renovated because that's not cheap. Now, it's cheaper than synthetic, but it's not cheap. And
but I mean, like the crown would be what would lead you to redo it again. I mean, like
absolutely that. I mean, but there's now with the technology, once you've got what we've got going now, you know, we can come in and phrase mow it, which is you'll see videos where they got this little thing on the back of a good sized tractor that looks like it's literally shaving
almost like
the top layer,
almost like a dethatcher.
So they had, well, yeah, in a way, but it will take it to the dirt.
Oh,
and you can keep going and setting, and warm season comes right back from that.
Right.
But yeah, you know, the top dressing was really, I see it. It really helps fix the imperfections. I think with the way that it blankets over, it also helps me. If we got like a fungal issue that won't go away, that I just keep battling, won't go away, I feel like it helps that in a way. It might not be technical, but to me, it helps. But, you know, with everything going on with that field, you know, it was fun. But I told Matt, you know, I said, you know, I looked like I was this, but this was my shooting hand over here. I was getting a little nervous, but you know, when we made that August 10th turn. Yeah. They were supposed to have a jamboree on the 22nd.
We didn't have it though.
No, they called, you know, Coach May and Andy called me. We had a little meeting out in the field. And you know, Coach May, he's the dude.
Awesome.
He's the dude.
Absolutely.
Cuz you know, he's like, this is my season. Like, I've got to prove it, right? And he's out there, and you're thinking, God, this football coach is about to kick my rear end. I'm just the lawn boy, you know? And he looks at me, and he goes, you tell me what I need to do.
Oh, yeah.
I don't want to go somewhere else. I want to host it here. But if my field is not ready, we will go somewhere else.
Yeah.
And I said, Coach, I don't want to tell you this. He goes, don't have to. Hey, Andy, we're moving the Jamboree.
Yeah. That's great.
And they gave the field another 3 weeks, and I'm telling you, that field looks so good today because of that leadership.
Oh, cool. Now, well, I guess they're going to try to have it back this year. The
Yeah. No, that 2 weeks ago, Andy called me and said, are we going to have a field for Jamboree? I said, Coach, we could do Jamboree right now. Let's go. We're good. Just let me know a couple weeks in advance so that I can start pumping some stuff to it so it can recover.
That's right. I talked to you, and I think I talked about
But that's
it on
what,
here.
behind the scenes, people don't know. Also, like, if you think all we have is Friday night football. No, we got it on Mondays. We got it on Tuesdays. Sometimes we got it twice on Saturday.
Thursdays.
We got them
for
on
junior
Thursdays.
high.
And you start looking at schedule, and it's like, man.
Yeah, because you got junior high, JC football,
Right.
JV,
Right.
had freshman team last
Everything.
year.
Everybody in
exactly.
town plays football on that field now.
Yeah.
And you got, that thing, it's a very competitive turf. It's a very recovering turf.
Mm-hmm.
But it's going to get worn out. But we're
you ain't-
built for it now.
Right.
I mean, you ain't talking about 10-pound kid running around out there on the field either.
Right.
Like you're talking about grown men throwing each other around.
Right.
I mean,
And they're
Right. Well, you
digging
hope.
it. Yeah.
You hope they get the tackle.
They're digging it with their
They're
feet.
digging in.
and-
They're digging in, and that's where you got it. You can't have it so loose that they don't have traction. That's what I was explaining to Matt one night. I was like, we want it to be firm, but we don't want it to be too firm. We want it to be soft, but not too soft. So it's like, the Three Little Bears. You got to find that right
and
heat.
fixing a football field is probably different than a soccer field or baseball field.
Baseball field for sure.
Yeah.
What's fun about soccer, and
He's a soccer guy.
I love soccer. I do.
Are you going to the World Cup?
Back when they first announced it, before I had kids, in the teens of the 2000s, I was like, Sheila, I am going, buddy. If you looked at my calendar right now, I need a ninth day of the week, But soccer fields it is a little bit different. You got to make sure the field is rolling correctly. You got to make sure
Is it crowned like a football field?
it is.
Okay.
It is.
What's the purpose of the crown?
Watershed.
Just to shed water? Okay.
Watershed.
Purely watershed.
Yep.
Okay.
Yep. Most of your synthetics don't have crown. They got drainage under them.
Yeah.
But everything else is purely watershed. If you lay down on your back, you look across, you see the top of the crown. You don't see the other side of the
You've
field.
kind of mentioned artificial twice. I mean, and since you've been talking, is there like an economical difference in the two?
Big difference.
I think so. Yeah.
Big difference.
I think there's a lot of injury thing. I mean,
there's some science behind it. It depends on who you look at. If you look at the people who have it, they're going to say it's, 51-49. The other's going to say it's, 49-51. It's whoever is the salesman that day. I like real grass. I see that.
That makes us unique as far as I'm
It
concerned.
does.
I think we're the only one in our conference that
That has real.
I will say this.
Yeah.
Unless you have a wonderful donor, which we do have a lot of,
Yep.
that wants to foot that kind of bill these days.
It's
And it's more now.
$1.5 million.
Way more.
You kidding me?
It keeps going up. Every year it's going to go up.
That's true.
Now this year more. Everything's up this year.
And it's
But here's the deal.
supposed to replace them every 10 years.
But eventually I will get into maintenancing synthetic. I've looked into it. We're probably going to try to get into that. I don't think it's a secret. I don't think it's a secret I should keep.
Yeah. You said it. I didn't.
We don't know what that means
and I
anyway.
own the company,
Yeah.
so it's like
That's
I
right.
got to ask myself if I can say it. Because it's if you can't beat them, join them type situation, and you want to make sure that if my kid's going to be on something like that, that it's going to be proper. It's going to be, if the pellets get too broke down, the stem of the fake grass breaks. Well, then a 15-year guaranteed field's worn out in 7 because they don't have the proper maintenance. So you're spending, let's say, $2 million for a 7-year investment. I mean, I'm not going to lie.
So they're up to 15 years now?
They say 15.
I've always heard 10.
They say 15.
Okay, but just think about it.
And I think with proper maintenance, you probably could get that. Like I said, my research isn't fully.
Well, for just simple numbers, it's $2 million to put in a new field, and you replace it every 10 years, $200,000 a year. I don't know what we pay you. I bet you wish we paid you $200,000 a year.
Oh, buddy.
Yeah.
Buddy.
It's not $200,000 a year to take.
Did you hear that, Andy?
Exactly.
No,
Andy's gonna start texting me.
We're very fortunate
Yeah.
to have the facilities that we have.
Yes.
And not need. You know, a lot of these schools, they're limited on space. Well, we've got VFW.
Yeah.
We've got the soccer field out at the complex. We got football practice, band, soccer practice. We have all
We
these.
didn't even talk about band. Oh, no, they practice on the practice field,
softball. Well, they practice on the backside of it that we've leveled up for them.
Oh, good.
You know, we've got all this space to continue to be. I feel like it's the safest thing for our kids.
Yeah. Absolutely.
But going back to the soccer field, yes, you got to make sure, because if that ball hits a pothole, that could change the score of a game. We really concentrate a lot inside the 18s and in the middle of the field, because high school soccer, it's getting better in the U.S.
What's the 18?
18. So if you look 18 yards from the goal, from each side of the pitch,
The box?
the big box,
Yeah.
that's they call it the 18.
Oh, okay.
So
All
within
right.
that 18 yards is
that's the
where a lot of traffic is.
I see.
And right down the middle of the field.
Yeah.
As you get more mature in soccer and you start watching it, and U.S. soccer's taking off. The kids are starting to use the outside of the field a little bit more and do more triangle passing, a lot more technique. But we still concentrate a lot in the goal box, a lot in the 18. And last year, it was a little bit of a struggle, because we started off the season they didn't top dress, and then we kind of jumped in, and then last summerish we did, and that field rolled great, and then we overseeded it with a cool season rye, and Donnie at the school started mowing it at like, I think 3/4 of an inch, and it was just, it was awesome.
Oh, yeah.
It was awesome.
Oh, yeah.
Nerding out, man.
I know. That's what I've said that on here before. I said, D and I got to talking one day. He's like, man, I'm nerding out right now. Sorry. Yeah. And,
A lot goes into it, though.
well,
It does. And
it's
for
the same
90
story.
minutes, there's a lot of prep that goes into that 90-minute match, or that hour-long football. It's just, there's a lot to it.
And you want it to be right.
You got to have it
course.
perfect.
So, like, you walk into Busch Stadium, do you critique the...
No, it's perfect. I mean, that field it's like, that's the goal, but I don't have that budget. I don't get to replace the turf 3 times a year.
I was just going to say, and it's not, they don't sprig it.
No, they
sod
resod it.
it.
They sod it.
Heck yeah.
So you start seeing the process. If you want a cool process to understand what happens on a normal basis, look at what's happening prep-wise for the FIFA World Cup. They're laying all these fields. They're doing all this prep work. That happens on some of these baseball and football fields, like on the professional level, twice a year.
Yeah.
Busch Stadium less, because they switched from a cool season turf to a warm season.
Oh, well,
they switched from a bluegrass
Bermuda now?
to Bermuda.
Oh,
I don't know if
realize
they've
that.
gone back, but like right now, it would have been more of a blue, like a rye, a rye-ish.
Yeah.
I'm gonna be honest with you. The most impressive field I seen last year was at Oklahoma. I thought it was turf.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, no, yeah.
University of Oklahoma.
So Matt and I
we were
talked
out
about that last year when y'all talked about that and how they striped it. So I was like, oh, well, let me go grab my soda and my mower that I stole for a season from somebody.
Yeah.
And I'd go out there and I'd put my AirPods in and I'd start striping that football field. I'm like, dang it, Oklahoma, you're so much better at this than me. Just out there Forrest Gumping on the football field.
But I think they sprayed some of their fields.
They do. So a lot of your fields, to be a little bit more dramatic and stand out. I paint yards every fall for people. Warm season lawns for Thanksgiving when they got family coming in.
Do
they
you really?
They got a cool warm season turf. We will buzz it and I'll paint it, and that dude is green.
You're a kid.
Yeah.
I've seen that. I just didn't realize you did that.
Oh yeah.
They do that a lot out in like Arizona and stuff, don't they?
Oh,
Dude,
yeah,
on
they
every
probably
golf
don't have
every
to.
golf course.
Yeah.
Sikeston, we do a little bit of it marking wise, but there's some golf courses. Every SEC baseball field probably this year, it's not that green on purpose in April. in March and February. They play baseball in February.
Yeah,
now.
you don't think they have
they're going
rye or fescue or something?
They do, but they're also putting about 4 passes of paint on it.
No kidding.
Oh yeah.
I did not realize that.
The only reason I noticed it with the football. 'Cause
Well, I told and I will say this.
Oh yeah.
So
yeah.
My biggest Band-Aid I had for the season, and it's still sitting on. I've got a 30-gallon tote of Verde. It's called Verde, obviously, right?
Green.
Makes
That's
sense.
French for green.
And so it's sitting on the shelf. It's still there, just in case something happens. We will always have a green field.
Awesome.
Even if when we make it to the playoffs,
Yep. To postseason.
postseason football,
Yep. Starts getting.
and
brown.
that October, that grass is going to start browning.
It's going to start going brown. It just is.
I can't force anything past what it's naturally going to do.
Yeah.
But we'll always have a green field. If we play through November, we will be on a green field.
Love it. I love it. I love it. That's. When you start talking about the process of this, that's literally what you told me. I'm like, D, come to my house. This was several years ago. I'm like,
yeah.
All right, D, what do I got to do? He's like, man, I want to go to fescue. I'm like, me too.
Yep.
And
So we pull cores. We send it off to the lab. The lab.
He's like, Matt, this
lab.
will take.
Yep. Lab gives me a cheat sheet, and then I told Matt this is going to take this amount of time.
Yeah.
But we're going to have it perfect.
Yep. He said, we'll start this year. Because I was like, man, I put my irrigation in. That's what you got to. I mean,
now we got to find somebody to not turn your mower in the same spot every time.
Dude, I was going to talk to you about that. That's me.
I know.
That's me. That's me. I know. I literally was. Gonna talk to you
I
about
drove
that.
up. I was like, man, this yard looks good, and Matt turned in the same spot.
Every spot. I gotta talk to you about that. We'll figure it out.
You're gonna run off in the.
Well, no, it's because when I'm turning,
With
you
all
turn
his
and
beds.
the wheels turn, and it digs. All right, sorry about that. I had a mishap. I was getting a little demonstrative here with my.
Fat finger.
I did, and I hit the cord that connects everything. So I got to restart it, but we're all good. When you're listening to this or watching it, you'll never
You'll be
know.
like, what are y'all
Yeah.
talking about?
Yeah. No, we were talking about me not being able to not stop turning in the same spot.
Yeah, and
So
we worked on a schedule, and that's what my company does. We come in,
yeah.
we look at a few lawns a day, just a few,
Yeah.
and we diagnose what the issue is, and we get them on a perfect plan.
Mm-hmm.
We are a hometown. I don't want to ever relate it to a big corporate business, but we do the same things as a lot of those corporate ones you see.
Mm-hmm.
But we just do it one better, and because we're invested in it.
Yep.
And everything is more prescription based. It's what your lawn needs. Like,
It's not just because
It's not
June
just-
or July. Just throw some fertilizer.
no, right. It's not like, well, you're a part of the 6-step program.
Yeah.
No, you are. It just means we're going to be coming. But your lawn, one lawn might get a 162812 where you need a 33002.
Yep.
With a certain armament concentrate with yours, whereas that one doesn't need to be released in a certain pattern. It's just stuff like that we can dictate by what we pull cores and have the science show us.
That's like we were talking about a while ago. He told me, is like, look, we're going to come in because I was like, man, I want some rye on it. Oh, I remember what started it.
Yeah.
Well, I had my irrigation put in. I'm like, D, I need some rye. And you're like,
No, you don't.
No, we're going to start seeding fescue
And,
right now.
I remember your face because you were like, okay, what do we do? I said, well, I'm going to kill your yard.
Yeah.
And he's like, what? I said, I'm going to come in and I'm going to kill it. And in
Right.
3 weeks, you're going to start seeing some green. And then in 6 weeks, you're going to be like, okay,
And then you go, call me in April.
call me in April. You're going to see 20% in the fall.
Yeah.
It's going to look good. Not the best. It's going to look good. But you're seeing 20% through fall and winter. But you call me in April
Yeah.
and you tell me what you think.
Ooh. And then each year he'll come back and he'll.
We'll do a little bit of, I call it maintenance seeding.
Yep. Yep.
You're not getting the full 10 to 12 pounds per thousand.
Right.
You're getting, 6 to 7
Where you need it.
Where you need it. And which you always want to introduce new seed. It's just one of those things. You always want to reintroduce it.
Okay.
It just, your yard's going to get better. It's always going to thin. Something's going to die out.
Yeah.
Some strand within that, it might say, yeah, it's a turf type tall fescue bag of seed. But if you start reading the actual label, there's 5 different strands of fescue in that bag. So, if one of those goes out, well, there's 20% of your lawn gone. So we're going to reintroduce something and try to make that, add another 80% to that 20% for the next year. So that over a period of time.
So you guys are the professionals. Are there things that we as homeowners, just because we don't know, like what's the most common thing you see that we screw up?
Depending on the style of turf, mowing techniques and watering techniques.
That's
so
why,
I would say I'm 33% of the equation.
I see.
I can do my job and it's going to look great as long as the homeowner is educated on, turf type tall fescue.
Can't
tall.
Mow it tall.
Yeah, you can't cut it short.
Matt asked me how tall. I said, "Where's your decks? Lock your deck up and don't move it down, and you'll have a beautiful lawn."
Yep, that's exactly what I do.
And Matt I love it because I love people. People always say, "Oh, I'm so sorry, I'm calling you. I'm so sorry, I'm texting you." No.
I'm like, D, how much do I need?
We service about 600-700 acres of turf, and it's not like a farm. That's a small farm, but if you put that out amongst 1,200 clients, that's a lot of spread. I can't see it all. So if I have clients that will communicate like Matt does, which is, hey, it's April. What should my watering schedule be? Well, at that point, it's like, let's just watch what the rain
weather
does.
Yeah.
It was a dry April. It was a dry March. And I was like, hey, buddy, kick it on.
Better crank it on.
Crank you in the bank. Let's go.
Yep. Yeah, it's usually, hey, what do I need to do
and
at
like
the house?
this past week, I saw something at the bank. I was like, hey, Matt.
He texted me out of the blue. He's like, hey, you need to start watering again.
Water more.
Yep.
Water here. And
Every
that's the
day.
thing is, or if it gets to a point, it's like, hey, I can see some tinting, back the water off.
Yep.
Because if it's kind of you got to balance it. You want those roots to dive.
Yeah.
You want them to stress.
To go get the water.
Yeah. But when it's time to not double stress it by right now is really doubling down on
Hot, windy, and
just give it a drink. Got to give it a drink. So the proper watering practices, and that's kind of watching your turf and seeing how it reacts, and proper mowing. Everybody loves to see grass come out from under the mower. Well, it might not be tall enough. Don't mow it for that week. It rained. Might not need to water it. Or it's like today and yesterday, and it's 95 degrees and 100% humidity like it should be raining. You're going to have to figure out, watering early in the morning so that a fungus can't jump in. If you water too late at night, it gives it that time for that moisture to get in that blade and in the root system, and you might get some Pythia coming on or some dollar patch, summer patch and stuff like that happening. And doing it all at the proper times, and that's just asking your lawn boy, me, to educate you a little bit on that stuff, and just having a little faith.
Yeah. So one things we talked about, obviously we talked about the football field. Is that probably the craziest project that you're most proud of? I mean, as far as from that type of thing, or do you have something different? I'd love to hear it.
I would say,
or I guess recovery might be the best, craziest recovery.
It is definitely one of the top recoveries. Probably the most stressful one I've ever had. I knew it was
due to time, right?
Time constraints. I knew I had the knowledge and the equipment and the staff and the know-how and the backing to get it done no matter what. Time constraint and weather really play with it. There's two that come to mind, Matt. I think, the football field is definitely always going to be in that top three. And one of them was, when Alan Wire moved over onto West Malone. They redid that campus in 2016. I was very fortunate to be the outside designer for the whole property.
Oh, wow.
I was young.
When you say outside designer, you're talking about the design on the outside, like
the landscaping. Sorry,
okay.
Not the building. Yeah. I'm not a good architect,
right?
I didn't design the face of that building. If I did, man, hire me to build a house. That looks beautiful.
It does. It is.
It's a very cool campus.
Yes, it is.
And Alan came to me, Alan and Bob Garrett, and they said,
"Oh my gosh, you know Bobby G?
I love Bobby
the
G.
CEO.
His daughter's getting married this weekend.
I did not know that.
Yeah,
you know what he said CEO
I was at the
stands
golf
for?
Chief
Entertainment.
And
Officer.
so, and we'll do a spin off this, but, Sheila works directly with Bob now.
Yeah, right.
And I mean, Bob is, you can't
he's
beat
unbelievable.
Bob.
Nope, unbelievable.
But so back to it, 2006, 15, 16, Alan always had a vision of this building when they bought it. And poor Alan just wanted some water features. I remember that. It's like he wanted some water features. Well, then he wanted a pond. And I think it's just because, Alan loves his dogs. Mm-hmm. And his dogs love swimming. Alan and Bob both love duck hunting. Mm-hmm. And I think they just wanted to be able to, field train their dog.
That's hilarious.
Well, I think it started coming out pretty serious what that campus was going to look like. Mm-hmm. And I don't think they were going to let me dig an acre pond so Alan, Bob, and myself could run dogs in the pond. So they're like, D, look, we got to probably make this a little bit more professional campus. And so that's where we are today. And that was a neat opportunity as a young businessman, given opportunity to do a multi-phased exterior project.
Looks terrific. I drove by there today, actually. It looks great.
And that is a crazy opportunity that turned into a nightmare really quick in 2019, 3 years after we did it. The irrigation system state of the art. Everything was state of the art because, Allen Wire provides
Regency wire.
Irrigation wire, low voltage wire to a lot of things and to a lot of the irrigation companies. I mean, they're massive and nobody knows that. Mm-hmm. It's here in town. Mm-hmm. And so Alan was very much in tune with that side. He wanted it to be a showcase. Yeah. And he was very involved in the design of the irrigation, very involved in, we got it turned into him. He was going on a conference trip and all the stars aligned. He was going to a conference trip that every irrigation company was going to be at. And he rolled this map out and they would look at it and be like, no, this is great. This is great. Okay, let's roll with it. So we started putting it in. It took almost 6 weeks for the company to put the irrigation system in.
Wow. Oh, so you didn't put it in?
I generaled it.
I see. Okay.
I knew where I know where.
Got some self-awareness going
on. I know whenever I've stepped over into someone else's lane.
Don't get out over your skis.
I'm gonna stay. I know that my strength was sweet talking people to getting it done on time and selling. Mm-hmm. And I knew my place, and I had, my staff that did all the landscaping and the sod laying, and I knew how to keep them motivated and getting this 6 acres, 4 at the time. Then it was 3 acres that turned into 4, that turned into 6, and now it's like a 9-acre project.
You're kidding.
Still. And we weren't pleased. At the first couple of years, you have to ask Chris Hoskins. He always said, man, this is like hitting on the driving range. And we started having watering issues or just the property. The property was an old parking lot. And we came in, we dug down like 5 feet, and we finally broke a hard pan.
5 feet?
It was crazy. It's some of the stuff that I've never seen it before. I've never seen this kind of soil in our area.
I had
in Sikeston at least.
Gosh, when I put my fence in out back, it's about a foot down.
We came in and ripped everything out in this big field. And Alan Wire paid for 4 acres of sod at that point. And he goes, "Are you pleased with it?" Have you ever talked to Alan? You're he's not going to directly tell you. He's going to make you think about it for a minute. And it teaches you to think a little bit further. And I love that about him. Mm-hmm. And he goes, D, what are your thoughts? What do you think about this field? Are you pleased with looking at it? And now you're like, oh my gosh, Alan, I'm sorry, I don't know. Am I okay with this? Am I okay with that? And it's got me questioning myself. And the next day I go back out there. I was like, I have a plan. And it's going to scare you, but I have a plan. This grass is going to come back. It was like a latitude 36 athletic Bermuda. I said, I'm going to kill it off, and we're going to blend it. I needed to kill it so this other stuff comes up, and we blended it. That out there is a blend between a bluegrass, a fescue, and a Bermuda.
Really?
And when one weakens, the other strengthens, and when the other one strengthens, the other one weakens, and it looks gorgeous.
Oh, it looks terrific. I literally drove by today randomly.
Yeah, yeah. So that was probably one of my favorite ones because it was my first big opportunity big turning opportunity.
Yeah.
And then a lot of those bigger projects started coming my way, and I knew what I'd done wrong and how I could fix it, and they just started rolling a little bit better and better and better. But yeah, doing the football field was probably it's the most memorable one now, because I mean, I'm invested in all my big projects, but that one was, it touches you. You're hitting home.
Right. Exactly. So we've talked about this a lot on here, just in general of what we do, but we've asked this question before to others, but what is it about Sikeston that makes it special to you? What do you...
I mean, I know you can say home.
Right.
And it's just, how do you explain it? I mean, you're Sikeston native.
Yeah.
It's just, there's a certain comfort here. You have the support staff you need. They're going to correct you if you need corrected. But they're always going to invest back into you. It's a prideful town.
That's a great point.
Who was it talking about Sikeston? Just you'd be anywhere and talk to somebody and know they're from like
maybe Rick.
It might have been Rick. Or I thought it was.
But
I think Doug.
And I think it. Not just
Doug Steele.
Oh, might have been.
Not just to isolate it to Sikeston. I believe the same thing. Kind of just involves in Southeast Missouri. Not maybe so much north of us, but all the small towns around. I think you ask the same question to them, they're going to say the same thing. Well, we're prideful, we're proud.
Yeah.
We're proud of our town. We're proud of where we came from and what we achieve here. And but for Sikeston, for me, I see the growth opportunities. I see the growth opportunities.
What do you see for us coming? Yeah.
I mean, you do see younger generation moving back into this town. There are some business opportunities here.
I can think of a couple just off the top of my head.
Yeah.
Like a guy like Sam Cox.
Yeah.
Sam's from here.
Came back, found a gentleman, a baby boomer who's ready to retire and get out, and now we got another young dental program, right? And it's phenomenal having that opportunity.
Yep.
Just bringing good families back into this town that are going to help grow it and put their money where their mouth is. And not just do the 9 to 5, sit back and complain. That was one of the main reasons why, and I know this is where you want to go, so we'll just jump in. That's one of the main reasons why I decided. I didn't really decide. I got asked, and then I was like, then I decided.
Yeah.
But, Sheila and I were out in California on our 10-year, and, it's a 2-hour difference. And I get a text from a gentleman, and he's like, "Hey, can you talk?" I was like, "Yeah, give me a second. Let me, I'm actually walking down the street to get some coffee for Sheila and I." And he goes, "I think you do great as a city councilman." I said, "Okay, this conversation have to wait, because if I go back to our hotel and say, 'Hey, happy anniversary, honey,' guess what? I'm going to run for city council."
She might lock you out of the room.
But again, I'm human, so I make mistakes. So I'm sitting there, and she could just tell for a few hours that something's on my mind. And I go, "So-and-so called me." She goes, "Okay, what are they wanting?" Said, "Well, I think I've made the decision to run for city council if you're okay with it."
Yeah, I've decided as long as you're good with it.
And she's like, "Well, have I ever stopped you from doing something like that before?"
Yeah.
Because I asked her the same question when I ran for chairman of the rodeo.
Right.
But I also, at this point, I had to ask Dad, too, because being business partners, I'm like, "Hey, listen, it's going to pull some," and me, I'm like, "Oh, it's not going to be bad. It's not going to pull me away and this and that." And Dad's like, "You're going to do it 110%.
Of course.
And I'm noticing now, like, it's a big deal, and it should be.
Yeah.
It's a big deal because, again, I have pride for this town. I see great growth opportunities, both as a population, but also for businesses coming in, and our geographical location is huge.
That's the thing that I think we as citizens really miss. We're on 55 and 57.
I don't think people honestly understand.
That is a huge.
We are. I
And
mean,
we're fixing to have 57
we're
running all the way through.
we're technically not, but we are the middle of the United States.
Yeah. Yeah. Actually, is it around Perryville or is it up toward maybe Columbia?
But we
somewhere?
are we are in a great spot
Yeah.
as long as this town stays in the mindset it's in right now of growth. And you start talking about that, and I can't say enough. Marcy in the chamber, my goodness, doing a phenomenal job. And I hear that a lot from some of the newer businesses that have built here. They're like, man, like,
every organization, business, whether it's a business, school, whatever, you got to have a vision. Mm-hmm. In my opinion, and I'm not. Again, this is not throwing shade at others before, but I feel like Stephen Birch was the visionary in this whole. thing.
He started.
That's my opinion.
I wasn't old enough to know before.
That's probably right before you came back.
It was during.
Yeah.
During.
Yeah.
I've always, since I was a kid, admired Stephen, and more of a quiet soul.
Yep.
Very much methodical thinker. Mm-hmm. And he always had the right vision for Sikeston. Mm-hmm. And still today, you can just see the wheels turning. When you're sitting there talking to Steven, you see the wheels turning of what Sikeston can be. Mm-hmm. And you've got more of that in town than you think.
I totally agree.
Now, you still have a lot of gripers, but if we could turn less of the griping into more of a innovative idea of where we can push our town, and be a little bit more aggressive on what I always say, be a little bit more aggressive on the glass is half full, right? And just cast a net out there to grow. If you bring somebody in that's a 10 employee business or a 20 or a 30, that's still more jobs in a small town. That's a big move.
Correct.
And you still you keep investing in, and you have people like the big industries we already have in this town that are doubling down and trying to grow their business, further
here.
nationally, but keeping it here.
Yep.
That are also having to expand that in town. So you're already creating more jobs at an existing business. So, okay, how do we turn around and help that? Not just bring in new, but okay, what can we do for the next one to keep it going? And, I think the growing point of our community to this day, that it's the heartbeat of our town is our local hospital. Having a local hospital, a lot of people don't understand how big that is for a business.
I've often said it's like almost like a dinosaur because it's its own entity. Like most of them have been brought corporately.
Listen, D and I are both on the hospital board, and we know.
I didn't know, and I got brought on young.
Yep.
I got brought on. I was 26, I think, when I got brought on, and I was a young pup. And I mean, not that I'm old now, but I got a lot more grays and a lot less up top. But maybe I'm also the funniest Bizzell born in November too. Matt's laughed a lot, but if we are at a point in our hospital is strong for a local small town hospital. We're stout. We're making great moves. Great doctors, great staff, great nurses, great administration. We're in a good spot. As long as we can keep that going, the opportunity for this town is endless. It really is.
Yeah. I totally agree.
And that's what motivated me. I know that's a big answer,
that's fine.
There's a lot of things that motivate you to come back to be more involved. But it all started with the JCs too. Yeah. Being brought
Service,
up. I'm like,
the credo?
service to humanity is the best work of life.
There we go.
So, and I'm very big on that. I've been honored to be recognized, throughout that organization nationally, statewide and locally. But I still to this day, I'm a grinder. I don't sleep. I what's the next task? What's the next opportunity type of person. The JCs fine-tuned that because it gave me an opportunity to learn from other people and make mistakes and grow something. But then you get the opportunity to lead that organization, and then you stand in the middle of that arena and you look at 17,000 people, and you're like, this is bringing our community together. This is raising money for our community. This is making an economical impact of, let's say, $9 million just for having this organization, and you're in charge of it, and you're 32, and you're like, I don't even know how to tie my shoes still. Good thing I'm wearing boots.
So how do you develop that within our community? I mean, I know we have people like you and others, but how do you develop that as a whole across, like, to get people moving in that direction?
You be open to people. It comes back. Be a friendly neighbor. Be, if it means going out of your way to say hi, how are you, do it. If it means inviting somebody that you think has some good opportunity, needs some guidance, invite them to do something. Invite them to your church. Invite them to your organization. No matter what you got. We got so many great organizations from, from the Kiwanis Club to everything around here. Obviously I'm pulling the JCs. I've been on every step of the ladder there twice, because I've messed up at least 3 times, but don't ignore the opportunity that could be given. Is huge. And I was a bulldozer. I bulldozed my way into opportunities,
but not everybody
likes that either, and I know that. But that's what I was born and raised, and I can't help it, so I'm going to take advantage of it.
Right.
And I'm going to bulldoze my way to where I know I could help.
Are there any priorities, like you're like, okay, I'm in, but if I'm here, I want to see X done. I'm not saying this is it. Like, we got to get our roads better. We got to get our parks better. And I don't mean that. I'm just, is there something like that you're?
Yes and no. Yes. I think it comes back to the economic side.
Yeah.
For me, I think some small changes go a long way. Many small ripples make a big wave. Right?
Yeah.
And I think that's where we got to keep attacking and get some good small wins. Keep getting small wins.
Yeah.
We're as a community, we're getting these small wins. We're getting these small opportunities that will turn into bigger opportunities. I think in my tenure, I would love to make sure that we all understand that we're all pulling from the same side of the rope.
Yeah. Yeah.
And
is that a 3-year term, by the way?
It is.
Okay. Yeah.
It is. And I think, and that's in every organization for me. I want to be friends with everybody.
Yeah.
I've got lots of friends. I'll take on more, right? And I think that's what the community needs to understand. Like, that person over there could be your friend. That one can too. But we got to make sure, at the end of the day, if we want this place to grow and continue to grow, we all got to be pulling on the same side of the rope. We might not all agree on the method to get there, but we got to agree with where we want to end. 1 + 3 = 4, and so is 2 + 2.
That's a good point.
And I think that's my biggest goal as a councilman, is just by the end of my tenure, is to make sure we're all pulling from the same side of the rope, making sure growth opportunity is one of our major focuses, and that we're making it easy for business to come to Sikeston and grow in Sikeston and not make it a headache. Yeah. I think that's the biggest thing, is be inviting. That's Southern hospitality. We're supposed to be the gateway, right?
Yeah.
And I think if we can make sure that is exactly what this new company that is, let's say a potential new company is coming to town, that's what I want. When they get that building built in an 18-month time frame, they say, wow, I'm glad we chose Sikeston. They made the process easy. The community came together. The vendors in this area helped made it seamless.
Yeah. We've got good work.
We've got endless amounts of employment opportunity.
Yep.
We've got child care. That was a big one, right?
Yeah,
and we finally made that a big deal. We gained 100 more spots in this town coming up, I think, in the next month. That was the biggest concern we've had in 6 months.
Yep.
And you put the right people together,
and
it happened.
Yep.
That's
a big
huge.
Deal. It's a big deal.
Another one at Sayak, right? They're opening.
Yep, and then the Methodist Church.
Methodist Church, yeah.
they're opening up like 40, 50 spots.
That's terrific.
It's massive.
Yeah.
Massive.
It's you don't realize it when your kids aren't that age, but when you
It's a big battle right now for people like me.
Yeah.
I've got a 5-year-old and a 2-year-old. Luckily, my 5-year-old is in the public school system. So, man, that saves the pocketbook.
Of course.
Right?
Yeah.
But then I got to worry about my 2-year-old coming up, and then what we're going to do in the summer and stuff like that. And so you have these. But
the day camp is awesome.
But here's the deal: day camp's awesome.
Yeah.
She comes back so tired.
I know.
But my thing is,
Luke loved it.
I talked to Sheila about this. Like, we don't need to take one of these summer spots, meaning like through the Methodist Church or that.
Oh, yeah.
It's like because we have all these single parents that are working in our industrial park.
Yeah.
That really need that opportunity.
Yeah.
And that's what we're really trying to push.
Yeah. 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 You've got a support system. Like
oh,
a
yeah.
lot
We've
of
got a
people
tribe.
do.
It takes a tribe to
I
keep me under
know.
control, and they're failing. I think they've given up at this point.
That's right. That's right. So this transition just a little bit. Where do you see your business 5, 10, 15 years from now? What do you...
Yeah.
We didn't mention this a while ago. You have stepped into...
So I've
what
stepped
do we
in.
call that? We talked about it on here.
You had
one
to get a
time.
special license. So, we introduced.
It's not pest control, or is
It's
it?
home pest, exterior pest control.
Okay.
So you had to have a special license for that for anybody that's wanting to do like, exterior ants, critters, insect, mosquitoes, anything. If you're promoting that you're trying to, eradicate that, you have to have a certain license. Well, we have that.
Okay.
And I was sitting there, I was like, okay, this would be great. Let's get our feet wet with this new business model. Let's wait 6 to 12 months before I introduce the other one. Well, then I wake up the next day. I was like, you know what? Sheila, you're between careers right now.
Get on this marketing.
Can you help me build this? Mm-hmm. And I think she was so pumped. It didn't take her long to get a new job, but whenever the last thing happened, but she was like, I am so excited that I have an opportunity for a new job so I can get away from you. Because I was like, but it was perfect timing. With this transition, it couldn't have been a better opportunity for our family.
Yeah.
But yeah, we moved into that exterior home pest. I think in the next 5, 10, 15, you could see our brand fully invested into maybe home pest at that point.
Okay.
Definitely continuing to expand our spraying company, for turf in all different ranges from the synthetic side to the, obviously, like I said, the artificial to natural. But, these baby boomers, man, they're hard workers and they've built great businesses and they need to be rewarded for it by people like me coming in and having the opportunity to, help them retire or semi-retire and still work it, but give me an opportunity to grow the business I want to grow. And I think doing anything in that, I think that's a big one for our business, that side of the business. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. I could see that happening.
As they say, everything changes, but everything stays the same. I'll tell you where I'm going with this. I remember just watching shows, and I remember being a kid, and the Kirby vacuum salesman would come to our house, and my mom would buy a bag or bags, and she would buy these belts and all this. Mm-hmm. And people would come to your house to deliver stuff.
I don't remember that.
I know. I'm older than you. But where I was going is that if you recall, they would bag your groceries and take it to your car, and there was a lot of service.
Yeah. Yes.
A lot of service. And then we got away from that. Well, guess what's coming back?
It's coming back.
DoorDash. Walmart Plus.
In a different way.
It is. It's different, but it's the same. They're delivering.
I got a question for you.
It's a little before our time,
I got a
but
question for
Milkman,
both of you
the
guys.
Milkman, exactly. Eggman.
Are you guys the type of person when you DoorDash, because you guys both probably DoorDash, I DoorDash everything. Do you greet your DoorDasher or do you wait till they drive away before you open the door?
We normally greet.
I don't do DoorDash very often.
Oh, I'm a greeter.
Yeah.
Man, and I think it's just because it's like I want to make something awkward. But I'm a greeter. I love opening the door,
we are.
kind of like surprise them.
Yeah. I do DoorDash some, but we do Walmart Plus.
Walmart Plus is great.
It's a game changer.
I'm not gonna lie, man. We DoorDash quite a bit. We got those young kids.
Yeah.
It makes it hard. Makes it a lot more
Convenient. Yeah. To not have
and
to
makes
drag
things
them
more
and-
available for
yeah.
us, and trying to make sure Marin's not throwing her mac and cheese on the neighbor behind us.
Right. No, I get all that, but I guess where I was going is that we have, it's more of the same. Do you see your business continuing to be like a subscription-based kind of thing? Because that's basically what
that's a good question.
Those were.
Yeah.
It's a subscription-based.
And that's kind of
thing.
what we are now, obviously.
Yeah.
I do. And I think with us opening opportunity in the future, like I said, you got to walk before you run. And even though we've been in this side of the business for 40 plus years, you know, what I explained it to Sheila one morning was, this is a new business. It's a new business model.
Yep.
And I've got to make sure my footing is stout before I just keep expanding. But I don't stop. It's the thrill of the hunt, honestly, for something like that.
I'm with you.
And for me, I think that the service thing is coming back in a different way. I think we are going to be subscription based, but I also think that's why the home pesticide thing would fit our model. Mm-hmm. One, we're already there.
Yeah.
And we're coming the same time frame. Yep. So 2 birds, 1 stone. Yeah. More opportunity for my sales, but also more revenue, but also more opportunity for discounts for people coming on. You join one service, you get the other one a little bit cheaper. And every dollar right now counts.
Exactly. Cool. I like it. We got a couple more here to go. You've obviously, again, 3rd generation, you're on city council, you're growing your business. What is it? What sort of legacy? I mean, you're not old enough to start thinking about legacy.
Yeah, you got to though.
You have to a little bit.
I mean,
what do you want to leave your kids? What do you want your kids to see as they're growing up? Like what Dad's doing?
I want them to see that hard work does pay off. Mm-hmm. That things don't come easy. Maybe for some people, but not everything's easy. Mm-hmm. I think I've told you this quote, something that I've really, really admired and I've really held tight for a while. And I'm going to butcher it now that I'm getting recorded, but it's a Churchill. It's a World War II.
I wrote it down. I remember.
Did you?
Mm-hmm.
Did you? Okay.
Mm-hmm.
So and partial of it is what I really, really admire is, success isn't final and failure isn't fatal.
Yeah.
And that's huge for me because my grandpa Crater would look, apparently all my grandparents just looked and laughed at me for some reason. But my grandpa Crater told my mom, said, Dee's going to be the grandkid that will make $1 million, lose $1 million, make another, lose it again, finally figure it out and make 2. And he's not wrong. Like but that's small business, mm-hmm, right? You got to take the risk. Mm-hmm. And I think that's why I love that quote so much is, you're going to succeed, mm-hmm, but that's not the end game.
Yeah.
And you're going to fail, but it's not, sure. But hopefully that fail doesn't kill you. Yeah. But in business, metaphorically speaking, it's
not going to kill you.
It's not going to kill you. Yeah. You just get back up on your feet.
Yeah.
And you go and you grind again.
Yeah.
And that's what I want my kids to understand is being able to understand why they're asking the question, why. But right there to me is huge is, you're going to be successful. We're going to teach you to be successful. We're going to give you everything you need to be successful. But we're also going to give you the opportunity to test that. And you might fail. Mm-hmm. But if you fail, we taught you how to be successful.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. I love it. I love it.
You don't fail till you quit.
That's right.
Yeah.
Nah, we don't quit.
You can tell that. That's terrific.
Well, I mean, like, there's gonna be backsets.
Sure.
We've talked about the scripture, and I've quoted this several times.
Yeah.
One here is James chapter 1 verses 2 and 3. Consider it pure joy when you face trials and tribulations,
mm-hmm,
because it makes you mature.
Yes.
You said the why question a while ago. I try to avoid the why question, and I ask, what am I to learn from each thing?
I like that.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
I'm simple-minded. I'm not as smart as you guys.
No, I'm not very smart either.
Y's got way less letters in it.
But why is often unanswered.
It is. And, as a parent, I get asked why from my 5-year-old.
Yeah.
And the bad thing is, most of the time, she's smarter than me, and I'm having to sit there, and Sheila and I are looking at each other kind of like just
What do we
blank
say?
stares. Like, how do we say this to a 5-year-old? How do we talk about this? And you guys know what I'm talking about, but it's like, why? Why ask that question? Well, you better have a good reason why you're asking it.
Right.
That's right. Yeah, that's a great way to turn that back on it was. Well, why do you need to know that?
Yeah.
Or why do you want to know that?
Yep. Why do you want to know it?
What do you know about that?
Yeah.
You can just ask anything.
Answer a question with a question.
I'm having to. She's starting to pick up on it, though.
Oh yeah. I get
Was it
that.
Uncle Buck? How many questions consecutively?
Oh my God.
Charlotte's getting real close to that 27.
Oh, that's great. I love that show. That's a great show. Man, we have we didn't really follow this
we didn't follow the script.
No, and that's
whatsoever.
I told you that's we don't want to follow.
No.
We want it to be conversational just like it was, but we've hit everything in here. So we're going to move to our lightning round. I probably already know the answers to some of these. Early bird or night owl?
Oh, night owl. If you ask my dad's an early bird. Like he is at the office at 4:30, and that's late for him.
Oh my gosh.
But by the time I get there, 6:30, I roll in. I'm like still like sipping on. I got my coffee mug. I got my 3 cups of coffee, 1 bonus, just in case I need it. And he'll look at me. He'll be like, okay, today I got to do this and this and this. And I'm like, and I sound rude, and I shouldn't. I got to work on that.
Yeah.
But I'm like, Dad, stop. I need an hour to wake up, please. Like, I need an hour. But I'll stay up till 1, just deep thought.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah.
That's awesome. There are a lot of successful people that are that way, that stay up a lot and don't sleep. You mentioned
Well,
not
introduce me to some because I need some more learning.
What is the most overrated lawn care tip? Probably along with the mistakes that we talked about.
What we talked about, overkill is underrated. Honestly, like don't overkill it. Don't overthink it.
Yeah. Don't put too much water.
Don't put too much. Don't put
Yeah.
too much fertilizer. Don't
Yeah.
put too much weed killer.
Yeah. Very good. Very good. One piece of equipment you can't live without. Would it be that tractor that you had that night?
No, I can live without that.
What about that big?
The big spray rigs are my spray rigs are key. I'd say that's 2-part. My iPad, because my office is in my truck,
Yeah.
and my 0-turn steel green spray rigs. Those
Okay.
things can't make money without them.
That's okay. Because that night that I saw you had that tractor, then you had that.
Top dresser.
Yeah, like a wagon or
Yeah,
something that
yeah.
I was talking about it, just spinning and shooting that stuff out.
I bought that whole setup because Sikeston needed it.
That's awesome.
You got to invest
Thank
back,
you.
man.
Thank you. Yeah. Yeah. I think I've told you, I believe I have, and I told Micah too, and I may have even talked about it on here. It was looking good, and I saw, literally the night after I went out there, you and I were talking, you're like, come on, I want to.
Come to the beach.
Yeah,
We got the
exactly.
beach in Sikeston.
John Hobson, who is a loyal listener,
Yeah,
good friend,
yeah.
huge Bulldog fan, all Bulldog sports. He called or he's texted me in this, oh no, our grass is dead. And I'm like, John, I was like,
Dude.
it's just sand, brother. It'll
Luckily,
be right
that's
back.
the only person that did it this year. Think about our phones last year. Remember that? How many phone calls and texts did you get? And then how many did I compare with you?
Oh,
And
yeah.
it's like, I'll take that one.
Yeah.
I got it back, John. Go buy it right now, man.
Yeah, exactly. Exactly.
gorgeous.
Yeah, I told him, I'm like, go by and take it. Go by and check it out. Yeah, it's all good. What's your favorite your favorite Bulldog athlete or a team that you watched?
This is a good one. So, I grew up in a very athletic family. I was more sporadic, more Boy Scout side of things. I would still say watching the 2004 baseball, because that was, I grew up very close to my brother, obviously, but we were best friends.
Sure.
And he let me tag along his little brother and everything. But that meant I grew up close to my cousin Blake. We were raised like brother and sisters,
Exactly.
right?
Yeah.
And then another brother was Jake Priday, and so I got to see all these guys. Scotty Keenan, Zach Fayette, like all those guys were all in the same team.
Yep. Yep.
And, you know, JR's Eric Chappell, Matt Limbaugh, that whole age group was together. And I got to watch them, you know, sad game, that semifinal game at state. But then I also, you know, the 06 basketball, you know, when we beat Notre Dame and got to go to state, beat Ozark. We were up 14 in like 49 seconds.
14-0. Yep.
14-0. And it was, oh, man. And then we got Borgia'd.
Ooh.
Oh, bad.
They were good that year.
They were good that year. But I'd say those were my, and just athlete, obviously I'm going to, you know, I'm going to discount, I'm going to knock my cousin, my brother, and my cousin Jenny as a tennis player out of it. They were obviously my favorite athletes. I admired them very much and loved watching them and supporting them. But Michael Porter, you know, I was close to Mike.
He was a year ahead of you. No,
Younger.
Yeah.
We ran cross country together.
You told me that.
That was a forced march for a year, and it was horrible.
Hollifield made you guys.
Thank you, Coach Hollifield, for saying, "Hey, Bizzell, I need you, pal. I need you to be my assistant captain." And I'm like, "You don't have anybody if you need that."
Greg was the cross country coach.
Coach, I'm gonna Coach, I gotta tell a story on you.
Let's hear it.
We, you know, Will talked about, you know, Will's legs were like,
oh, he's tree trunks.
And he made Will run. Will's like 8th grade.
I was going to say, he's still a little bit younger than y'all.
He's a lot younger than us. And him and Mike and Corey a little bit, you know, ran with us. And, you know, Coach, like, we're going to run cross country this year. I'm going to coach it, and you're going to run for me. And I could never say no to Coach, right? He just, great guy.
Yeah, of course.
And Coach is sitting there, and he's like, okay, it says that a cross country is a 5K. So that's somewhere around 3-point-something miles. So let's run down Pine and back. Well, Pine and back from his office down to the end of Pine, back to Pine is like 1.8.
half of what
we're supposed to. So that was the first like week and a half. And Coach would drive his silver Audi at the time. He thought it was the coolest car, right?
Absolutely.
Drive following us sometimes down. He'd make sure that we made it all the way into Pine, didn't cheat. And I think he was doing that for more of his basketball players. He knew I was a getter. I would have turned around, though, if he didn't look.
Cut it short.
And he saw that we all made it, and then he'd go back, get the court ready, get the shooting gun out and ready for shoot around. But then about after our first meet, and we all petered out about halfway, obviously, through the race, he's like, you know what? I think we got to condition more. And that's whenever we created hills in Sikeston. We were, you know, we'd run 10 miles then, and we became better.
Yeah.
And we were guided. But yeah, it was,
I love it.
Oh man.
I love it. Coffee or energy drinks?
Coffee.
Me too.
So much that kidney stone style coffee addict.
You have kidney stones too?
Yeah.
You and Aaron need to shop.
I'm telling you.
Swap or
they're horrible.
Stores. Oh.
But I won't give up my coffee.
I don't.
Knock on wood, man.
Mm-hmm.
That's one thing I've never had.
I haven't either. Yeah.
Knock on wood. I don't want one.
Don't.
I
wouldn't wish it on my worst enemy.
Erin's given birth, and she said she would give birth every day of the week to not have another kidney stone. That's how bad it hurts.
Yeah, it's not fun. My first time, they were like, "Hey, congratulations, you passed it. Bad news, you got another." And that was the week that the big NFR Vegas conference was, and I went out with the rodeo, and I had a kidney stone in Vegas. But I'd rather have it in Vegas than Sikeston.
Well, I mean,
come on now,
right?
But yeah,
right.
Coffee for sure.
Okay.
I guess that would be in your birthday month too, though.
Yeah. Yeah, I had it. It would. Very first part of it. November.
Best business advice you've ever received?
I think it's the quote.
Love it. That's great.
I think it's the quote.
We kind of addressed it already. That's right. One word that describes Sikeston.
Prideful.
Love it.
Prideful.
If you weren't running a turf business, what would you be doing?
I'd be hustling something, I'm sure. I don't know.
Sound like he's like a pool hustler.
I don't know, man. Yeah. Let's do something cool. Something that doesn't end with boy, like lawn boy, pool boy. I don't know, plant manager. I'd have to be. It would have to be something that I owned. I've found very quickly that
You wouldn't be a very good employee.
No, I think I'd be okay.
Okay.
I don't think.
You don't think you'd be happy though?
I
That's
I
right.
would
That's a
I
good way
would
to put
I would
it.
feel chained down.
Yeah. Yeah.
That's
you know why
now,
you
but
would
if
feel
somebody invested in me and I believed in them,
Yeah.
I could get on board, invest into them, and I would give it my all, no matter what. I would never not give it my all.
No, I know that.
But it would definitely be something I owned. It'd be a different hustle that I'm hustling on, for sure.
Yeah.
I don't know yet. I haven't grown up. I don't
Right.
know what I'm
Right.
gonna do.
I'll tell you when I grow up.
Yeah, I'll tell you one day.
Right. 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 What's something people would be surprised to learn about you? Like, can you bend your thumb all the way back? To your arm? Can Becky do that? My sister. I think she can bend her thumb. To her
I
arm.
admire racing. I love the sport of racing. Just anything racing. Anything with wheels on
Drag
it.
racing.
Yeah.
oval?
Nah, not as much oval, dirt track,
Yeah.
big dirt track. Really, during COVID, got into like the NASCAR, Formula One,
Really?
Indy. But Sheila and I got some friends that are in the World of Outlaw sprint car dirt
Yeah.
track, and I am avid. Like so much that now Charlotte is watching it with me.
Really?
You know, but
Now, don't
Do
they
you do flow racing then?
I do flow racing.
What? What is that?
It's like streaming. It's
Yeah,
streaming.
it's Flow Sports.
Oh.
We do flow racing Wednesday. Well, what's today? Thursday? Wednesday?
No, today's Wednesday.
Wednesday? Okay, yesterday was Tuesday then. Yeah.
High limit.
That was high limit race was last night. And my guy, Carson Macedo, had a bad day, but he went from like 24th to 8th last night. Rico Abreu he won.
Do you watch that?
I would follow it. Yeah, I follow Tanner
So-
Holmes.
Yeah,
I-
Tanner Holmes, great.
I follow,
great
I
behind the
follow
wheel.
him. Like, and I like his social media.
Yeah.
like he
Yeah.
kind of gives the behind the scenes.
So you got, yeah.
So do you? Aren't there the World of Outlaw stuff? Sprint cars up toward like Festus?
You got
Yeah,
Peevely.
Yeah.
Yep. So back before kids, man, I probably went 20 races a year.
No kidding.
From Knoxville, Iowa to Eldora, to Peevely every time. I mean, if it
Really?
was within 5 hours, I was on the road.
really.
Do you go to? Have you been to like Talladega? And stuff?
You know, I'm a avid NASCAR fan. I have yet to venture into going to. I would love to. I just
Yeah.
like for some reason my calendar just has not allowed it.
Yeah, no, I get it.
And I wouldn't. I would say that's my goal, but my girls at home aren't the biggest race
No, I get
fans.
it.
I
get
would
it.
say there's probably something else they would rather do, and at this point, that's what I'm
It's
going to
important,
do.
of course. Yeah. No, I get it.
I'm going to sneak away to Talladega though.
By the way, did you sign up for your Masters tickets?
I did.
Me too.
I had to get on and change my mom's email because when I bought the house I'm in now, her email was registered to it,
Oh,
so
gosh.
it wasn't letting me.
Really?
Yeah, they're strict, man.
Oh gosh.
I still haven't gone to the Masters.
I've gone twice. I love it. Yeah, I put in. I
You got to on everything.
I got the email and said, "Hey, it's been
Yeah.
registered."
Yeah.
I'm sure I'm not.
So
going
do
to
you still go to Peevely like in August? Where you go?
I go in April usually. I didn't get to go this year, and now this year it's the Blue Moon. It's the same weekend as a rodeo.
Yeah.
But
Yeah.
that opens up Knoxville, which is their big World Series, pretty much, right?
I
If
think
you want,
Knoxville's some this weekend. I think
there's something going on high
Knoxville,
limits,
like Tennessee?
Iowa, Knoxville, Iowa,
Iowa.
and it's the biggest. It's the Sprint Car Hall of Fame. It's where you go.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
You need to look it up. You'll be
Okay.
like, oh my
They're in
goodness.
Eldora, right? Like in Ohio.
Ohio. It's the Ohio Run. More, well, maybe. I don't know. Let me look. I think the Ohio Run is happening. Yeah, it's usually closer to July.
I know that. I know that this week because, like I said,
There's just so many series now, man.
yeah,
like
the-
it's so
with
hard
High
to.
limits and
Yeah.
which High Limits does the midweeks type.
They do
money.
midweeks closer to where NASCAR's gonna be that week.
Yeah.
Kyle Larson
Yeah,
type deal.
Gotcha.
So.
Gotcha.
but
Gotcha.
Rico Abrams was pretty cool though. Like,
So he's really big friends with Hunter Schoenberg, who's a Sikeston native.
yeah,
Yeah.
I was gonna
Right?
say.
And Hunter and I used to go be a pit member for him
Is he
through
still
elementary.
racing?
He retired. I don't know if he retired, but
he's raced some this year.
no,
He hasn't.
I don't think he is.
I think
this
he
year.
has. I think I've seen him in. Like,
He'll sit in. He's not full time. Last year was his. I think last year he was full time. I don't think he's full time this year.
Gotcha.
He's concentrating on. He's got some awesome businesses.
Cool.
He's doing well for himself.
Awesome.
But yeah, that's him and Rico are very close.
Really?
And so I got to meet Rico a couple times. neat individual. So
Cool.
yeah,
I did not know that about you. I didn't realize you were a gearhead.
love it. You can, it just, you can.
Let me tell you who another big gearhead
half
is.
inch, 9/16 wrench, those two wrenches, you can do whatever you want on a sprint car.
Yeah, yeah. You know who is another big gearhead you might not know? Probably might shock you a little bit. Kevin Collins.
Really?
He loves some NASCAR.
Yeah, I need to talk to him. Well, Stephen Birch, big gearhead.
Is he?
Rock crawler.
So does the
Jeep man.
The co-sponsor.
Oh, yeah. Jody Cheney.
Is he?
Jody. Oh, yeah. He
I
goes,
think he goes to Talladega every year, don't he?
2 times.
Oh.
Oh, yeah. Of course, last year or year before, one of his sons got married on Talladega week.
Oh, cool.
Oh, he was not happy because he couldn't go to Talladega. He had a wedding, and he was like,
I think he goes and sits in the infield, don't he?
oh, yeah. He takes like,
Talladega's massive.
yeah, that's what I hear. Matter of fact, I was telling him today,
It's a town
or yesterday,
inside.
I was watching on social media a clip of Jason Kelsey walking up the bank. He was like, holy crap.
It's like 30-something degrees.
Yeah.
Have you seen the equipment they use to make those? It's like a bulldozer holding an asphalt machine to go across.
No
You need
kidding.
to look that stuff up. It's crazy. That's why I'm telling you, there's so many cool things about racing, and it's not just about the driver. It's about, it's a team sport. It's about the crew. It's about, strategy.
Oh, there's a lot of strategy.
A lot of like messing with other teams over the radios, speaking code to try to get them to mess up by thinking this is what you're doing. Like, it's that kind of stuff.
Oh my gosh,
Or
I didn't realize that.
yeah,
part.
like changing a number on the side of a tire in dirt track. Like if you've got something like doing something to a tire next to another team, so they think that's what you're doing, then they're going to try to do that, and then all of a sudden you switch it out real quick. Like it's a lot of that.
Cat and mouse.
Oh yeah.
Oh my god.
Like it's kind of weird though. Like, isn't high limits? You got to have the same right, unless you have a blowout or something like that.
So yeah, there's certain times in like whatever you time trial at, you have to run that for
That
your
rear
heat
tire,
race.
like
yeah,
the rear right
the
tire.
rear tires have to be the same.
Ah.
Yeah.
Okay.
There's all kinds of weird rules.
Crazy
There's all
rules,
kinds of
but there's
stuff
reason. But it's
I'm
also
sure.
low tech.
Yep.
Those are low tech. I'm
Yep.
telling you, half inch wrench and 9/16, you can do dang near any. Change the motor out with it. Like I'm telling you, you can do anything with one. It's
Box
fun.
in, open in.
Come on.
So why they got them big old toolboxes in?
That's right.
There's a lot of 9/16 and half inches for help,
Right.
and a lot of Windex.
Oh my gosh, that's hilarious. All right, last one. Need 3 people.
Ooh. Okay. So one of my favorite sports growing up.
Talked about Eric. We'll keep him. Well, you can give me
Eric,
4 now.
I can give you 4. Eric would be a good one. I think give him some months in his path.
Yeah, yeah.
And bring him on. And
What's his? He's a director of Parks and Rec.
Yeah.
yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. He's a great guy.
Oh, a grinder out there. I mean, that place looks great because of him. I just got the privilege of helping him. By himself, I know he's already been on it, but by himself, Chris Hotchkiss.
Okay.
I have admired Chris and what he has done, both for himself, his family, his coaching career,
Yep.
and now coming back and
I was
coaching.
going to say he's kind of revitalized.
And it kind of makes me mad because I missed out by 1 year with him.
Oh yeah.
I was a better person because of him as a young kid.
Wow.
I really looked up
Chris,
to
don't
Chris.
get the big head listening to this.
I looked up to Chris a lot. I still do.
Wait, no, you don't.
I do. I
You
do.
don't. You can't. He's probably shorter than you are.
He set me straight in 4th grade. He was my PE teacher, and I wrestled for the Jackson Indians youth program, and he made me take my sweater off, and he threw it in the trash can in front of all the kids, and the kids they loved it, and I'm just like, okay, he's like, you're not going to the next away meet if you wear that again in my school. So he got me some bulldog gear.
That's what I'm talking about.
Another one, probably one of my favorite Sikeston people, and I think you probably have plans of having him, but Andy McGill.
Oh yeah.
With him stepping into his role where he's been,
That'd
can't.
probably be a little. He'll technically.
Man, you can get him through the fall. Get him done with the fall. Get his.
Yeah. He and I have already talked about it. We may do late summer or something like
Oh,
that.
dude.
Or- yeah.
He'd be a
he's
good
top
one.
notch.
He is. We were so fortunate.
Totally agree.
This one is going to probably kill me,
Oh.
but I still think my Aunt Lynn
Yeah. would
be a good one to have, just because, what an athlete she was with tennis and still coaching tennis. Was a tennis coach for Sikeston for years.
We're blessed to have her back. I mean, there's just no question.
Through her,
I would love I'd love to have her on.
she's
I've asked her.
taught at
Oh, I'm not doing
taught at two different. I think. I mean, in my no, taught at two different elementaries in this town.
I think Morehouse and
well, no, it was Southeast
And Leon.
Oh yeah,
and Lee Hunter.
I knew that. Yeah,
and then became a principal at Lee Hunter.
that's. I tell you a funny story about that. My brother and sister, when she taught at Southeast, I went to Southwest, and then we moved.
See, I went to Southwest.
Okay, so we moved to Mini Farms by that time, and so that was in Southeast
Yeah,
area. Where
yeah.
if you live in Mini
Yeah.
Farms, you went to Southeast. I remember them both saying, "Oh my gosh, we got Mr. Witt. We're so happy."
Oh yeah, she's the only person I've ever seen that could like get onto a kid, and I don't know. I mean, whatever. I mean, we paddled back in the day, right? I could watch her paddle somebody, and that kid turn around and give her the biggest hug, and she loved that kid, and that kid's a better person today because of her.
Absolutely.
But now she's you can tell she's got that Bizzell blood in her because she doesn't know how to retire, right? First thing she did right the first day was the Bulldog Pantry because her, my dad, my grandpa, a lot of her. Back in the day before the Bulldog Pantry was a thing, like my grandpa, I remember going to school and my aunt calling saying, "Hey, I need some jackets. Hey, I need this." And I still today remember getting in my grandpa's truck and the whole back seat is full of jackets, and he would drive from bus stop and give jackets.
Oh my gosh! Now, I did not
Yeah,
know that.
but me saying that, now look at what my aunt has done with
Yep.
the Bulldog Pantry,
Yep.
and how many people what lives she's touched there.
Oh,
Like,
it's-
would that not be a cool story, Aunt Lynn? I think you got the bird. She won't do
Aunt
it.
Lynn,
She doesn't
you
want to
gotta
be.
do
She doesn't
it.
want to be talked about.
gotta get-
or
no, I know.
on.
I mean, like, I'll be honest with you, like, my introduction to really Sikeston school system was Lynn DeWitt. I mean, when I worked for Children's Division, I think she had me on speed dial a couple times.
My dad, whenever she worked like as the principal, my dad would walk in and be like, "You don't know Lynn DeWitt, do you? She's so mean." And those kids would get mad at my dad, and it was fun. But she's a true person.
Oh, she is, and she's a bulldog from
Oh,
top to bottom.
and she gonna let you know too. You might, that's what I love about her too. Is
Yeah.
like she's gonna set you
I've
straight.
said this once. I've said a million times. If you want something to get done, Lynn DeWitt needs to be on your side.
Oh, 100%.
Yeah.
God, you gotta get Lynn on here.
I totally agree. I
But
need
yeah,
some help.
Chris, Andy. I mean, she's not gonna listen to me. Lynn,
Maybe we
Chris,
can get-
Andy.
If we can get maybe Reese and Rex to talk to her, maybe that'll help. Nay. Maybe. I don't know.
She probably still won't do it.
No, we'll see. I'll twist her on.
But you got a dream.
That's
I'd love to hear
You
it.
got to have a vision. That's right. That's right. Man, D, we have enjoyed this time for sure. We have surpassed. We're probably cutting in on 2 hours now.
Oh man. Well, I do like to talk.
That's all good, man. I love it. I've told you this before. Mike and I are very appreciative of what you do for us, that you help us. And of course, as I've told Jody, we make tens of dollars.
Yeah, I'm paying for my friends here.
That's right. Right. No, I mean, there's.
I think
cost
you
to
guys
doing
know.
this.
And I told Dad that. I was like, Dad,
There's cost to doing
is this
this.
not crazy? They're talking about us like before we were even sponsors. Like,
Yeah.
this could be an opportunity.
Yeah.
And that's but
And
not. But
it truly wasn't. We were just talking about football.
Oh,
and
yeah.
the fields. I'm
Yeah.
like, dude, my grass looks great.
Yeah.
I mean, yeah. It was.
Well, thank you guys. Thank
No.
you for what you've done for my business.
Appreciate
It has definitely helped.
I appreciate it. We're.
We appreciate you. I mean,
Yeah,
like, man, it's-
we talk about.
I'm
it.
just trying to keep the lights on for
That's
everybody,
right.
you know?
We talk about it a lot, but obviously by what you've talked about here, it aligns with what we want to do, right?
Absolutely.
Promote who we are. Mm-hmm. We say it all the time. Rising tide lifts all boats, right?
Absolutely.
And that goes to what you're doing with the city and what we do on the hospital board and what Mike is doing. All these things
Right.
tie together. We want our town to be sustainable. We want kids to come back and raise their families here. That's what we want. Mm-hmm. For
sure.
So that's all part of that. But we've enjoyed this time. Thanks for agreeing to do this. You're like, when I called you, you're like, what? You
Literally
really?
the bottom of the barrel.
You're
Why
like,
are you
really?
I got no.
No, man.
There's got to be somebody better.
You got a great story, man. It's about this is what we want to promote. This is who we are. We are promoting Sikeston. What makes us special,
Right?
And it's because of people like you that continue to make our town
Thank you.
special. Absolutely, I mean that.
Town means a lot to all of us,
Of course,
and
of course.
it takes us all to keep it going, and
That's right.
new people to come help us.
Exactly. So with all that,
I'm Micah Harris.
I'm Matt Tanner, but you know how we got to end this,
I
right?
do.
Got to end it.
Go Dogs.